One. Boom. Oi. Get the.
I know, Pedro.
Hello. I know that you were saying that we're already having our drinks, but it's a special occasion today. So
Is it?
it is. But at least for me, it's a special occasion. Guys, welcome to RTC podcast live show. This is like the 4th season or something like that. Yeah, it's been already a few. And today I have 2 amazing guests. They are my friends. They are my students. They are RTC alumni and royalty. And without further ado, I would like to introduce you to Amaro Ribeiro.
Oh,
My glass is in front of you.
Look
Look at that.
Look handsome.
Amaro Ribeiro.
Jazz.
Roto prep artist. We will talk about Amaro today. And also Daniel Santos. Woohoo!
clappy, clappy.
Now people have been watching. Who are these guys? What are we doing? Well, we're gonna be here for the next couple of hours or whatever, as long as we have topic. They're like, what? As long as we have topic to talk with these folks about what they've been doing. What is the objective of this live show? Well, RTC is a visual effects academy. We teach compositing, and basically these are the two my recent students, and they've been. Pedro is already sending messages. We need to first of all we need to send a big shout out to Pedro Andrade and Complayer, because they've been doing the most fantastic work, and I've been having a lot of fun during this pandemic because of him and because of the stuff they've been doing. Amaro has been on his podcast, and it's been fantastic. At least I've been inspired. I've been listening to it every single week. Sometimes at not so good time, maybe like 3 a.m., 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Who fucking cares? So shout out Pedro. Guys, please check Complayer in YouTube. You're gonna be amazed with what this guy's doing. All right. What are we gonna talk, gentlemen? Oh, Amaro is already with Jazz. Oh, we can't see it here. You can see. Maybe you can see it here.
Is this your support animal?
Yeah.
Goodbye.
We have a third guest, which is Jazz, my
Really
dog.
Nice guy.
I think you're the one supporting him emotionally. He looks like he's going through something very rough.
When I put my arm like this, he goes with.
Oh yeah.
rest on
He
it?
asks for more.
Yeah.
He asks for more. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Please introduce yourselves. Who are you, and what are you currently doing in this freaking world? Danielle.
It's like it's the worst month for you to ask that question. Hi, I'm Daniel.
Yeah, this is almost like a therapy group,
Yeah,
and we can do group hugs.
hopefully I can get a hug by the end. Yeah, definitely.
Well, COVID hugs. Like
COVID hugs,
we
yeah.
can do like
I mean,
an elbow bump or something like that.
we can do like back to back. No, does that work?
Back to. Oh man.
I'm Daniel. I'm a roto prep artist. I prefer to call it paint prep and roto, because I've been mainly doing paint prep and some roto.
True.
I'm currently open to work. If anybody knows about someone, just give me a
It's
call.
pretty much 90% of the visual
Yeah.
effects world, right?
Yeah, we'll touch on it. We'll touch on it for sure during the podcast.
Probably.
But yeah, that's about it. I've been working for a couple years in Base Effects Malaysia. I'm back to Portugal, hoping to use my superpowers again. That's usually my pitch. I'm hoping for a chance to use my superpowers.
Is that what you write on your cover letter?
Not the cover letter. No.
Now we understand.
I'm a superhero and I want to use my superpowers. Is that a
Yeah.
good pitch?
It's so. I have to say some mixed feelings about that. But we can talk about that later.
Cool.
If you want.
All right, absolutely. Amaro.
Already.
Yeah, already.
So I'm in Portugal.
We have noticed.
In holidays.
Yeah.
That's
One is looking for work, the other one is on holiday. Look at the
Yeah.
difference.
Just look at the level.
Look at the difference.
I've been working in London for the past 2 years.
Where?
At Cinesite. I
Mhm.
started there and I'm still there. Yeah. Apparently, I'm not that bad.
See? Watch and learn. That's a pitch. Apparently, I'm not that bad.
Apparently, I'm not that bad.
It just needs to put like a bitch on the very end.
Among my peers, I'm not the one that's worse.
But the good thing is we have people watching that can confirm that if you're bad or not.
Maybe. I'm getting back to London next Monday. I'm a roto prep artist and a bit of comp. Well,
Oh.
mostly prep and a bit of comp.
Cool.
Yeah, I've been there.
Daniel Neves is watching as well.
Oh, Nerfstacker.
Hello, Danielle.
Hi, Daniel. Just have fun wherever you are with your
wherever-
cat. And send me more pictures of the cat, please.
I'm there till the end of the year, and then I don't know what's gonna happen.
No one knows. No one knows. That's the beauty of the beast.
Not now,
We have-
because probably everyone's gonna is gonna be fired. I don't know.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. We've been discussing this, and we can discuss this in depth. All right. First of all, let's do kind of a retrospective of what has been your career, the roller coaster of starting in the visual effects industry. We have a few. We have 24 people watching right now. 24 crazy people. I don't even know why you're watching. No, I know. But if you had to kind of describe how has it been this roller coaster, how would you describe it? Like how did this start? Where did you come from, and how did you end up in visual effects?
Do you wanna go to the past?
That's
How back should we go?
that's a very superficial question.
yeah.
That
Whoa!
we can pick and choose where
Do
to
you wanna-
dive in.
Do you want to go to the start? The start of the
The
course.
start.
Or
Well,
just
you
the
can
start of when
before.
we start to like this industry.
before you did the course. Yeah.
Okay,
Where do you come from? Because I come from
Fatima.
I come from computer science, so I'm an engineer, and I've ended up in visual effects. And I think three of us have different backgrounds.
Yeah.
So where did you start?
You want to start by me? Okay. So I came from design, furniture design, basically.
Furniture design.
Yeah,
Wow.
the professional course since the 12th grade,
Mhm.
and then I stopped for 2 years.
Best closets in the business. I'm sorry.
Oh, puns.
Then,
Puns intended or puns not intended?
then I stopped for 2 years. I worked with my father in construction,
Mhm.
and then.
And then he
I-
fired you?
No. I said I don't want to keep this for me. I want to do something else.
Yeah.
And he understood.
Mhm.
And basically I got in Guarda, in the north, to take a CET. What it is a short course for like 1.5 year,
Mhm.
where I learned like about multimedia, 3D, and well, a bit of everything.
Yeah.
But more technical.
Classic generic course. No?
Not that generic. It was more technical than like a.
Because it was a professional course, right?
No, that
No?
one it wasn't professional.
This was not a professional course.
And then I found Odd School on the web, and I applied for there. And I got there. I learned a few.
But before that, I know you went to art school first, and then you
Yeah,
did.
I learned like Maya because
Ah,
at
okay.
first
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
my dreams were like do FX, not comp. and I really like FX. And I started by that, learning Maya, and then I learned After Effects, Photoshop, and drawing. And then I left.
Wow.
I work a bit more in the construction just to have money.
It has to be, man.
Yeah, and
That's how we
then
start.
1 year later, I met Carlos, and we start talking. And you taught me a few things I got in your course, online course.
Yeah, the Roto.
masterclass.
Yeah, the signature masterclass.
And after that, yeah, I got to old school again, and I took 6 months.
6 months
course. After that, well, I just made a reel and got a job.
Boom! just like that. Just like
Yeah, it
you've-
wasn't that easy.
you've mic dropped the reel, like boom.
Yeah, I have to thank Carlos, Daniel, because if it wasn't Daniel, I wouldn't be like that high.
I did nothing.
Oh,
I did
I
nothing,
think I told you
swear.
that before.
competition.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I like to have
He's
competition.
too humble. How can I compete?
Absolutely.
It is true because I think I said you that time that if it wasn't you, with the other guys, I'm not saying they are all good, but you make me like I want to be better. Yeah, I want to work more because I'm always lazy.
Man, that
we know that.
that means a lot, man.
What?
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
And yeah, and then I met Pedro Andrade. And we worked together for a few months. It was really nice. I learned a lot with him. It was really good. And yeah, I'm still there. It was a really, really nice path. Not the great one. I'd love to like start in the industry 10 years ago instead of now.
Well, it was kind of different.
Yeah.
But every 10 years, things tend to change quite a while.
I think if I started 10 years ago, it would be much more easy for me to leave the country than now.
Interesting. Well, if you're leaving the country now, that's freaking dangerous.
Well, yeah.
I have to probably next Monday.
Don't put that on his head. That's actually quite an interesting topic. Let me just jot it down.
All right, let me just quickly. Oh my God, we have so many messages. Wow. Wow.
Okay.
Come players in the house. João Ferreira. Do you know João Ferreira?
João Ferreira is a neighbor of mine, a great friend, and he's Canadian, so he knows English.
Ah, nice. Yeah. And he's coming from Ceia.
Ceia? Where are you, man?
This guy should you off guard.
He's on holiday probably.
Yeah.
We have Pedro Ferreira.
You're not getting any slimmer. Gee.
Pedro Ferreira is a brother of João.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
you have everybody.
Yeah.
All your friends
I'm surprised, I have to tell you.
Amaro, you're not getting any slimmer.
I know, Pedro. 10 kilos since I got here.
Oh my goodness.
Around that number.
Oh my goodness.
He'll go back to London. Are you're still cycling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll lose the 10 kg in a week.
Not in a week, but probably in a month or two. Yeah.
We have Tiago João Ribeiro. A ceia depois da pinga.
This guy sold me the ginger that I bought. That I brought.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
We're still gonna try that.
We need to open that.
Pedro says it looks weird being on this side. It's fine. It's fine. By the way, on Friday you have another episode. You're gonna be online. João Ferreira, Daniel Neves, good friend of ours. Lighting lead, lighting soup. Oh my goodness, so many messages.
I'm here for Jazzy says.
Pedro says competition is a good thing. It is. What's your take on that?
Wait.
Daniel? Well, first of all, who the hell are you? We've been talking, but you haven't introduced yourself.
I really want to get to that message that comes next.
What? Which one?
Just look at it. We were in a hotel together, and Amaro fell in love.
Oh my goodness! Let's have a look at that.
Yeah, but it was for the waitress, not for him.
Oh, wait. Okay? The plot thickens. The waitress.
But he's lying.
Just forget about it.
Me too.
Oh my god, this is not gonna end up well.
No.
This is like we wanted this to be a serious conversation.
We'll spend way too long joking around and then never.
It is.
Never.
People are gonna be like, what are they gonna be talking about? Talk about what you've done.
Mostly just rambling.
That is pretty cool.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Daniel.
All right.
What was it? Just
well,
come back to me with the question.
Yeah.
My path.
Yeah, your path. What have you done? How did you end up here on this seat?
So
I was a little boy.
No, okay. The whole VFX thing, I think I can say that it started around like end of secondary school, like 10th, 11th, 12th grade, around there. I remember spending like a summer doing some After Effects, some PF tracking and like exploring particle systems. I think it was like a spell tutorial and then explosions and bullet hits and I spent like a whole summer diving into tutorials about that. There were
but at home.
At home.
Nice.
I remember I downloaded. There was this like Video Copilot week that they had this like free week where you could watch tutorials or something like that, and I caught a few of them and then just grabbed onto that. But then I just let it go, and I did my whole university course. It was
what was it?
Fine arts, but with a branch or a focus on animation, not specifically 2D animation, but mostly 2D animation. And when I got out of that, I realized, well, just wait a second. Are there any animation studios, 2D animation studios in Portugal? Not so much.
Quite niche, right?
Okay, so let's widen our skill set, and I had this in my head that I had to spend the next year doing some like fulfillment course. What I needed to improve or get a new skill, acquire a new skill, and on the table was CG animation, 3D animation, or learning Maya, maybe doing the 3D course that the guys at Odd School.
3D Max.
3ds Max?
3ds
Modeling and
Max,
texturing.
Yeah, that's it. Modeling and texturing, the full year course. That looked pretty good, and it is pretty good from what I see, the results. But then it was, again, online. I can't remember where exactly, but I saw a post advertising for your course, for the course with Odd School. And it was, what caught my eye was you're meant to, how was the way you put it? For like, be ready for employment or have the skills to be employed right away.
Work as a compositor.
Or work as a compositor, a junior compositor right away, have the skill sets for that. But it was this like keyword of employment and
getting
a job. Exactly. If I could leave that place with a card that said like a free job for you get 1+ experience on job, you see, that was my key thing. So we did the course, and again I was competing with, how many were we? 11? 10 with 9 other people, and at the end of that we had our couple months to make our own showreel, and with that showreel I applied to various places. I was shortlisted to DNAG's green light.
DNAG, yeah.
I went there. I went through the assessment day and all, and applied a couple places, and then it came this opportunity, let's call it, to work with you and the team at BaseFX. So we went through that. I applied and talked to the recruiter, and I spent a couple years, as long as they let me, basically, until COVID came.
Until COVID came in.
The overlord of COVID decided to end it short, sadly. But yeah, it was like the most amazing experience. Like, if the course was good, diving into the work environment and like hands-on on the job, because I had this vision of, you'll be a runner. You'll be a runner. You'll get out. Okay, Carlos. Yeah, right. You're learning the skills, but like at the very low level. You need to get into roto.
I never thought about that.
How do you get
the runner thing?
Really?
Yeah, because I don't know. We learned so much.
I mean, I know, but I didn't.
And I think it was kind
of sorry. And Carlos always said, you are more than that.
I know, but like I had this idea in my head that it's very difficult to get.
I know.
It's very difficult to get a job.
Lucky.
Yeah, right. And that was the amazing thing, was just diving in to
and realizing what was your real level.
And like, I just fitted. Like, I just clicked in
like a glove.
Yeah, and just learn a bunch from the team. Pretty much, I would say like 70% or more of my current knowledge comes from just this past couple of years of working close with those guys. And it's amazing. It's even more fulfilling than the course, I'd say. Having this opportunity right away.
It's the whole idea when I've designed this course, and usually what I try, because during this course is I give a lot of technical knowledge, but the thing that I try to pass to everybody is that I'm preparing you to work in the industry, and working in industry is not easy.
Yeah.
It's not
the technicality. It's just the quality too.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
You taught us a lot about quality.
Absolutely.
Because you leave the course and you have the skills.
You have.
It's just you're missing that technical step that brings you to like
Yeah.
a whole other level.
Well, let me
different.
give you an example. Like as soon as you started, I wanted to kind of prove my point with you and see. Let me check how is this guy after 5 months of course or 6 months of course. Let's see where is this guy at when he's just diving in, first job ever in his life. And you were right into senior level. Like you were doing shots that I would never ever in my life as a supervisor would give to a junior artist as the first shot. Like usually you get introduced with a nice easy roto. Man, you were like cleaning up rigs and painting fire, the cars diving through fire.
I was just over the moon with that because I had this idea in my head that I'd be doing roto or that I'd be doing like smaller jobs. Even like I had the roto prep artist job position, right? But I thought, okay, I'll be the smallest fish in the team.
Smallest fish in the tank.
And they gave me the shots. Like I don't know, I can't distinguish what's senior from what's junior. I have no idea. So I just look at it and it's yeah, sure, it's doable. I'll do it. Fine, whatever. And then he comes in and says, yeah, that's looking pretty good. And you're painting fire by hand, and you're doing this is not easy. I'm like,
no,
well,
no.
you just spend the time and you do it.
It was a very senior job that you were doing by that time. But I needed to prove. I needed to understand what is the real level of someone that I personally taught outside of the company environment, because I'm used to teach inside the company environment, and people are completely different. They are way more switched on, and they know exactly they are competing inside the company.
Right.
They want to learn. Outside, it's a completely different world. Like I've seen the different approaches to learning, different kinds of focus. So yeah, that was my way of seeing. And with Amaro was the same thing, because I think Pedro already you've been on Pedro's show and you've talked about this.
Yeah, but like you said, in the first like 2 months, it was like Daniel said, like you just have a little bit of roto, easy one, and but my supervisor told me, in my head told me, if you keep doing improving your skills, we give you more challenges.
Yeah.
And after 2 months, I was having.
Amaro, you can share.
Yeah, we are gonna see that.
Amaro, you can share the cleanup of Nebula that you endured.
Is that one about the harm?
Are we gonna see that?
I'm really curious about that one.
We're gonna see that later.
When you look to that shot, you're gonna say, "Huh, this is easy."
Yeah. I bet it's always the worst ones is the ones you think. Sure.
So you got challenged as well?
Yeah, I got challenged.
Because
And
Pedro
after
told me that
2-3
he needed
months-
someone that was not a junior. He needed someone that was an experienced guy. And I told him, it's like, look, this guy doesn't have professional experience, but he is that good.
Yeah, but it's not the same as having you and Daniel, because
Well,
you knew Daniel and Pedro didn't.
Well, he had to trust.
I
Yeah.
had to
He
prove
had to
myself
then
to
they,
others.
they put something
but I had the
easy and
supervisor.
then starting to difficult things, and
Yeah.
I showed that I can do that.
Yeah, he started delivering.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also it's a leap of faith, right? It's for someone to trust, and I don't usually put my name in front of everybody. So for me to say to someone that is a friend of mine that I trust, that you would be able to be challenged and do professional work at the senior level, I had to be comfortable with that. And from all the work that we've done, even the stuff that we did outside, Comic-Cons and all of that stuff, I knew that you guys were absolutely prepared for the job.
Yeah.
So regarding the
Cool.
job, what did you do? What was your progression in terms of shots and shows?
Well, I started in a great show when I got to the interview, and almost at the end, I asked, in which show am I gonna work? And they told me, in Avengers, Endgame.
Whoop.
Everything fall apart.
did we know by that time? Do we even know that it was the name was Endgame? Did you know?
No, just Avengers.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
And yeah, that was great.
I bet.
But I think my first day at work, it was one of, not the worst ones, but a bit of sad, because when I got to the dailies room to see what I was gonna do,
Yeah.
and see like, oh shit, I'm seeing that they are gonna go to the past to pick something.
You're
and
picking up the plot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh, you're watching. You're doing spoilers.
yeah.
That's the part of the job that I hate.
I really enjoyed to work on that, but yeah, it was a bit sad at the beginning.
Yeah, but come on, Avengers as the first show
Oh,
ever
it was
in your career.
Awesome.
It was like you must be buzzing. Like I remember my first show was Dark Knight Rises, and I couldn't believe. Well, first because when they told me we were doing like an induction, we were doing an induction with Tal Niran, which is like a compositing training god, and basically he was explaining how to work at DNAG, blah blah blah, how's it going to be your day, your responsibilities, and suddenly he starts asking one by one, what is your show, and you had like a paper with your show, and some guys were saying, oh, Batman, and the other ones were like, oh, I'm going to work on this, and mine said MR. I was like, MR, what the fuck is MR? No, it said Magnus Rex. I was like, fucking Magnus Rex, what the hell is Magnus Rex? And at some point, the guy next to me was like, Magnus Rex is fucking Batman. I was like,
Cheer up, cheer up.
what? So it was my turn. It was like, yeah, Batman. That was something special, man.
Yeah.
That was something special. Yeah. And after that,
Yeah, after that, we've done Witcher, which is a great show.
oh,
Yeah.
I haven't seen it yet.
I love to
I heard
watch
it's
that.
quite explicit.
in
No?
in one episode,
sorry.
maybe. Yeah,
Yeah.
there are some things, but not
Most
not-
of it is quite fine.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
Just The Witcher, killing monsters.
You can watch it with the kid. It's fine.
I also heard the guy doesn't say many words.
Doesn't?
Doesn't
Many
say
wo-
many words, many lines.
Ah.
Yeah,
oh.
nah.
He's just like,
a lot,
Fuck.
a lot.
but it's a good show, man. It's a good
Yeah,
show
it's
from
a
a
really
from a
good show.
good game, right?
And the really well, for the guys that know the game and the books, everyone says
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah.
they're great.
I could spend half an hour talking about this.
I can't.
It's good. The show is good.
I only know the show, so.
You did watch it from
Yeah, yeah.
beginning to end, right? Okay, it's good.
What about you?
My
Yeah, what have you
work?
done? Where did it start? Where did it end?
It started with this amazing, like you can't even believe how excited I was for this show. It was it was a you will not understand the budget and the deadlines and the gymnastics that went into this show. A show called Skyfire. It came out in 2019. A very big budget Chinese production.
Are
Like
you joking or
bigger than Hollywood. No, it's actually my first.
about the budget? About the budget.
About the budget, I mean, I don't know what the budget is exactly, but I can tell you that there were some gymnastics with the deadlines. It got delayed and delayed and delayed. It's fine. So that was my like.
Yeah, but the kind of work that you had, it was super challenging, super tough.
Yeah.
I remember the shots that we were doing. Some of the most difficult shots that I've seen.
We were doing the car flipping, right?
Yeah.
The car flipping, and then we had to provide mats for the whole thing because they were comping in.
Basically, there was
more
a
explosions and more
volcano,
fire.
right? And then there was like explosions on the ground, and the cars were like flying from those explosions. And there was a lot of practical stuff
Yeah.
that had to be removed.
There were a lot of charges, explosion charges, practical ramps that were
Ramps.
used to flip the car, and that was the bit that I focused on
Yeah.
mostly, and like rebuilding the fire and the smoke and all the effects that happen when the car flips. So that but that for me was just, yeah, it's cool, it's nice, it's a car flipping. I had no idea. At the time I had no idea the scale of the movie. It's just it's work. It's
Did
fine.
you watch the movie?
No,
No, I think none of us have watched the movie yet.
I think no.
I don't even know if it's released
It is.
in Europe.
Oh, in
or-
Europe, I had no idea.
It's difficult to find.
It's very difficult to find.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone can. It's fine, whatever. Let's forget about that. Let's just
After that,
move on. After that, I remember
6U?
by November we had 6U. Yeah, we had 6U in the house. Six Underground, Michael Bay, Netflix movie, the one with
Yeah.
6 agents, I think. Yeah, 6 agents, right?
Yeah.
With Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. Yeah, that's the one.
Absolutely insanity.
That was crazy. Like
Insanity.
the mix of practical stuff that he shoots and then wants removed and replaced with CG to then have effects like you can imagine this shot
true.
specifically, and we'll see it on the show reel. I think it's a car. A guy gets shot, falls out of the car. His leg is still tied into the seatbelt, so he's just being dragged by the car. And to simulate the body, they use like this. It's a boxing bag. It's this big sandbag that is being dragged by the car, and it's just rumbling, right? Because it's hitting the floor and stuff.
Yeah.
But with that, they put in smoke. They throw out papers. They what else they do? They have sparks going on, and it's just the bag needs to be removed, but you need to keep the smoke and the papers and add some more papers. Compton has to add some more papers, and it's just shoot it with the car without the rest, and then we'll comp in the rest. Don't worry.
It's absolute insanity.
It was insanity, having to recreate the shadow, the car, the insides of the car, and just having to then realize you do the work, and then you realize there's like a whole setup holding the bag to the seat. We need to remove that, right? Yeah. Do I get more days?
No.
Not really. If you could do it within the deadline, fine. If not, sure.
We'll see it.
But that was like the moment where I started being aware of bid days and deadlines and stuff inside like a real production environment, and it's scary at first, man.
Man, it's yeah.
But
when someone says that you
fine.
have a limited amount of time to do your job,
Yeah.
and if you are still not experienced enough to manage your time, you can go round and round and lose a lot of time.
After that, it came like camera rigs removal.
Oh man,
A bunch of wires and rigs, cranes,
wires. You're painting a lot in silhouette.
Having to rebuild whole sets and whole walls to remove cranes and whole backgrounds that sometimes get used, sometimes they don't. It's a real shit show. Like you should have seen.
Man, it was all of the difficult shots that you can find. Usually in a show you have some difficult shots and a lot of easy shots.
Yeah.
In this show, everything was difficult. It was like at least the shots that we were keeping for our team, because our team was all senior. It was everything was on. It was like shot after shot. It was like, whoops. What about this one? And the kid was handling it. He was handling it. That was interesting.
He's a great kid.
Thanks, Dad.
Oh.
What else? I think we
After
can.
that.
After that, yeah.
Yeah.
We had Star Wars coming in the building, kind of through the back door.
Oh, it was Star Wars. It was at Christmas time.
Christmas time,
So
Star
like,
Wars.
like that shot
man.
that you guys spent the entire
yeah.
night.
Man.
These two shots just came in, and we were asked. I don't know. Can we tell the story behind why we only had two shots?
It's fine. I think it's fine.
It
was the first two shots in the building. It was being turned over, and it was kind of because we were in a new facility.
Yeah.
The actual producers wanted to test the water.
That was a test. That was like an assessment. Can you guys do it?
Kind of like let's see how you guys handle this one.
Yeah.
So we had to prove.
And this was hitting Christmas time.
Oh.
Good thing we didn't go home. So we just spent a couple or 3 days maybe working until one day was 3, the other day was 4, the other day I think it was 4 again or whatever. And we just spent the night there just putting songs and just raising the roof. And then when the mood strikes, you eat some chocolate and just keep working.
Yeah. Because basically we had to do the work of, I would say 2 weeks, easily 2 weeks. Well, 1 week each.
Easily, but then
we had to do it in 2 days.
Day and night.
Day and night.
Day and night.
Yeah.
And I had to tell them like, look, we want to do the shots here, and say like, well, we don't, but you don't have time. It's like, well, but we are crazy.
And we are talking about Star Wars. So
And
It's talking about Star Wars, right?
It's not, I was just telling you guys this. It's not just a Star Wars shot. it's like a very recognizable Star Wars shot.
Oh yeah, your shot. Your shot.
We'll see it in the show reel, but it's a General Hux related shot.
Yeah.
But there were
That was a nice
a ton of tracking markers, and not just small, tiny ones. Big red tapes, big crosses, going all around the environment, and the floor. The floor is so reflective. Man, you see the guys wearing those plastic covers on their shoes. It's because it's a perfect mirror almost.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And we did our best effort. We brought it almost to completion, I'll say.
Yeah, pretty much.
We just had to spend some time more with the floor. Within the next week, I can't tell you how long it took, but it was within the next week or so. And the shot was done, and we were successful. And later we got more Star Wars, which was even better.
Even better.
So insane the way they build the actual sets. Like
crazy.
They build the inside of a Star Destroyer, the command room, and it's just. You get some mad respect for that.
You have some shots that are pretty epic. The way you had to solve the shot because of those reflections. Like we'll see in your reel.
Yeah.
Should we watch your reel?
I mean, we can. Sure.
Should we? Let's do that.
Okay.
Why not? Let's jump into it.
Let's see. Do we have sound? Let's take the sound off. That's probably better, no? Royalties. We don't want problem with royalties.
Can you make it full screen for us?
I could.
That's maybe too high a luxury.
But don't.
Ta-da.
Nice.
Look at that. That is the other show that we haven't talked yet.
Yeah. That maybe took most of my time at base was The Mandalorian.
Yeah. Epic.
The concept for that was.
Oh, the
was
3PO.
so funny.
The
Yeah, the
3PO
3PO.
shots. Oh, this shot is so good.
I'm so proud of that shot.
Oh,
You can't imagine.
man. That shot. Wow. It's beautiful. Yeah, we had some nice shots. This was like a crazy combination of like
Plate stitching.
Three plate stitching. Oh, look at that.
Yeah, this was the one. We get this in December, a year before the movie comes out.
Look at that. And this is the first shot that he sees. Ba-doom!
Anamorphic is so
Beautiful.
crazy.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful. That is insane.
That was insane.
That was insane.
That was insane. We made it sane, but it was insane.
Well, those two first nights, it was kind of testing him to see how far can you go in the crazy world, because until then you've been living in a normal world, like you've been challenging with shots and then doing, and we have like normal working hours and everything was fine. There was not much overtime or no overtime at all. It was like it's the perfect world. Suddenly comes in the crazy Carlos saying, would you mind doing like something crazy? I'll do it with you. You do one shot, I'll do it the other. And it's basically until we die. It's like, what?
This is him taking advantage of a young guy.
Yeah, but it was mostly because it was Star Wars.
Yeah, it's
I know that I was with
it's
Pedro
mostly 'cause
and you
it's
guys
Star
were like, you were working at midday, I don't know, and you guys were like talking to me by WhatsApp.
right,
Facebook, hey, we are working for him.
we should be
And I
asleep.
told Pedro, crazy. Those guys are crazy.
Yeah, that was pretty insane.
And should we just jump ahead? Because then it was The
Yeah.
Mandalorian, and The Mandalorian
Oh
has
man,
some
that was beautiful.
such a wide range of challenges that it's insane. I wish we could go shot by shot, but let's just not, because every shot has a story pretty much, except like the random roto or something. But I don't even think those shots made the reel.
Show me one. Tell me a shot that you'd like to talk.
You choose. This one is kind of just a retime artifact removal.
Oh.
You pick one of the Mandalorian shots, and I'll tell you about one.
Oh, that.
This one was so surprising when the technique worked, because you have to
Who
imagine,
told you this technique?
some old guy.
Some old guy.
I think he had a mustache, but it's pretty generic face. No, of course it was.
That one, pretty much.
He was behind me doing this stupid roto paint in Nuke. He was doing a roto paint once, like, and just let it apply to all frames, right? And like, I was looking at that, and he shows me that it's not perfect by any chance, but just the concept, it's there. That's what I want to achieve. That's what I want to use to achieve the result.
For the first pass, basically.
Yeah,
it
works
you
for.
have to improve the
Well, the idea. No, you just need to. I spent 10 minutes on it.
10 minutes
That's right.
And you spent
It's
a
good for
week
first
on the shot. That's the difference.
I went into Silhouette to hand paint it and to use like the proper auto paint feature.
Yeah.
So I painted the first frame, and like you have to be okay. So the shot is you see the stars. They have a certain bokeh effect, and they're in motion with like they're moving, right? It's simple, I know, but when they shot it, it wasn't moving. It was sticking to the screen, to the windscreen. Yeah. It looked like the ship wasn't going anywhere. It's just out of focus bugs in your windscreen. That's what it looks like. So they had to like pretty much just roto all the structure of the frames around the window, but that one on the right, they wanted to keep the original reflections because they were looking pretty good, pretty sharp. But they had the static bokeh, and to remove it, you either go frame by frame and just remove it by hand, because it's the reflections are dynamic. It's not something that you can source the previous frame. But for that,
look at that.
As long as you know where you're sourcing your paint when you're doing the one frame removal, as long as you source it from somewhere that never gets
for the rest of the frame range.
Yeah, that never gets a star there, or you can stabilize it. I think it was what I did. I stabilized it. I looked at where were like the lines where nothing crosses, and I sourced those paths, and you let it auto paint the rest, and it looks
pretty much
pretty good. Not perfect, especially when it goes into the planet. It wasn't looking that good. But what I did was go from the last frame back. So do a second pass, but beginning on the end and bringing it back, and then you dissolve between both.
Yeah. It's a beautiful shot.
And it just works. It was when you know that moment where you're just throwing stuff at the wall. You're throwing stuff at the wall.
Yep.
And all of a sudden something works and you're just like, awesome.
I'm so smart.
I did that. I intended to do that, but I did that. I'm surprised that it even worked, but it looked so good. The rest was just retouching bits here and there and the interaction with the planet.
Let me get another one. Let me get another one. Tell me about this.
Oh, the thumb.
Look at that.
You see the thumb motion, the pressing in and then sliding to the side to let the flap open. Actually, the flap only opens on the one side. It has to move. Like, don't ask me. It's CG. It's a blend of CG and stuff. So the way the actor did it, he pressed in and left his thumb there, but they wanted his thumb out of the way so the flap would open. So it becomes this gymnastics of remove the thumb and have a clean plate without the thumb, and then morph the thumb into what looks natural, because it's not something that you can just offset.
Yeah, it needs to be like a slide.
Go from here to here and then back, and it's fine.
It needs to be a slide with a finger.
You need to preserve the clicking.
Yeah.
It's not just the finger goes there and then goes sideways. You have to feel the click and then bring out in a natural way where it kind of rests against the robot and then pulls it back. And like fine tuning that motion was quite ridiculous.
It's beautiful. And the good thing is because this guy has a background in
background.
animation.
Yeah.
Like
oh.
these things, he has like this natural eye to understand the
The
motion, and it's taste.
Yeah.
You don't teach taste. You can train taste and just improve it. But if you have good taste, that's just the thing. Like if you have the eye of understanding how the motion
things
works,
work.
how things work,
Yeah.
right? And it
Because it's not. It's something you feel. It's not like this is wrong. You can't tell this is wrong. You can't just say this
Pedro.
feels wrong.
They know, Pedro. They know.
that's when SD maps come in handy. Tell them, Amaro.
That shot. The same shot ever.
I think we had ST maps by then. We had the one technique for ST maps.
Oh, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
We had it
Crazy.
by then. It was pretty handy, I have to say. Yeah. I don't know if it's the same thing that you guys are talking about, but ST maps were at the root of the transformation. Like we were using the ST map deformation. Don't worry about it. It's fine. And that's it, I think. Right?
Yeah. Crazy. Amaro,
Do you want to do the same exercise, please?
let's have a look. Let's have a look at yours.
Oh my god. That's it.
Talk us through this. What do you have here?
So
the Witcher.
here we have 2 comp shots. This was prep. Well, most of the shots that I put in my reel are prep shots with a bit of roto. This one I had to paint a lot of water drops. Yeah, paint, lots of paint, and prep, paint and prep. Paint and prep, mostly wires. This was wires. This was a nice and a bit difficult shot because of the wires.
We'll go through it one by one.
Yeah.
But this is
But I can choose
all
one
the
or two.
Witcher.
Yeah, Witcher.
So this was your second show.
This is episode 8. Yeah.
So you started on Avengers
And
then The Witcher.
Jump to the Witcher.
Yeah.
And then Avenue 5, which is an HBO show.
Look at
So I have some nice shots in Avengers.
Avengers, look at that.
Yeah.
Avengers in game is the
This
first
shot,
show.
this was it was a funny one. That one with the in the grid.
Oh, Nebula.
look at this. The body replacement.
This shot, yeah. This one was one of the difficult ones.
The hand.
This one, SD maps.
Fucking hell, man. I'm always amazed by their stuff.
Did you have to do cleanup on Nebula's face as well?
Some makeup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makeup
A lot of
fix.
makeup, like we
Lot of
did
makeup.
in Nebula and in Gamora. We had to do a lot of makeup
I
on
just
both.
got Nebula. Yeah. But
Cool.
yeah, I done a lot of makeup.
Was she wearing a
in her
practical
neck
piece?
because she had
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
sorry, she had her neck like this.
Yeah.
And I asked my supervisor, hey, should we remove this or make it like a proper neck? Do you have time? Yeah, I think so.
All right. So, talk to us through
So,
like one of like few of these shots.
Well, we can talk about the first or the second one. Yeah, you can
The
choose
shot?
the second one. As
The
comp.
army? Yeah.
Yeah, this one was a comp shot. The army is CG, of course,
Uh-huh.
and it has a lot of prep.
Is it? Can I ask? Is it full CG or is it like
No.
practical
The-
elements?
Everything that is trees,
Yeah.
the
It's all
forest
practical.
are a real shot.
Okay.
And then the smoke and the soldiers.
Smoke and the Soldier CG.
Mhm.
CG. The smoke, it was a tricky thing to do because they wanted something, but it was coming different from FX and stuff like that. It was the first time that I used depth maps. Deep. Sorry. Deep? Yeah,
Deep. Yeah.
Oh my God,
I-
deep.
I used deep to cut
Sorry.
the smoke. The smoke, the
Interesting.
fog.
And Mario, did you end
That's
up
fun.
doing Nebula's eyes too? Can't remember.
Yeah. In one shot. But not the
Oh yeah, Nebula's eye. Nebula had this
Black eyes.
black eyes. Yeah. We had to do the same
and
thing.
I've done the same for Witcher. For one shot. Yeah. One of the shots I had to apply the eyes.
So you already had the effect in your pocket to use on the next show. Like you were the guy they go
yeah.
to for the effect.
No, actually, there was another one.
Tell me.
But then he was full of work, and then he asked me, hey,
Ah.
Mark,
Oh, look
can
at
you do
that.
this size?
Yeah,
That's a nice show.
that's pretty nice.
This one is when he comes from underwater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then he stops.
This one was a tricky one because I had to remove the cable. It was pulling him up, and
Oh, there was a cable rising him.
yeah,
I had no idea.
and I had
Oh,
to,
look at that.
Yeah.
From
and I
the
had
water.
to keep.
I get it.
He had the cable in his wrist.
Tied to his wrist?
Yeah, and I had to keep the shape of the water, like his wrist coming out,
Oh.
without the cable in it, and we had the reflection.
Did you do just
all the
nuke or
bubbles.
nuke and silhouette?
In this shot, I only used nuke prep.
Cool.
Yeah, and I had to do the roto of these shots. Every shot that you see with the Kikimora it is the monster, the spider human thing. We had to roto all the trees behind him.
Oh.
Imagine that.
Oh. Well, at least they don't have leaves.
Neither wind.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one was just paint. The next one with the deer. No,
Is this,
the-
can
the
I
before-
just
the-
ask the helmet? Did you remove the axe from the helmet
Yeah.
and then reveal it back? Okay.
Well, the X is the original one,
Right.
but they are eating him like the side of the helmet.
On the
Ah.
side.
Yeah, and
So
I had
you've
to, I had
rip
to
out-
remove the X, and they just, I think they morphed the X to
Into
getting
place?
the helmet. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Looks good.
What is that?
Yeah, this one with the Striga.
Striga.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Pedro.
It's a female monster.
Pedro was talking about
Ah,
Striga.
I love
Striga.
Striga.
I was like, kind of like, what is Striga?
And yeah, it was like a slim guy, but they wanted it slimmer, basically. And
Oh,
we
look
had
at the
to,
eyes.
We had to clean up all the Strigas. Not everything, but almost everything to slim it a lot.
Wow.
This one I had to remove it from everywhere.
Look
This
at
is a
that.
combination from
Yeah, this is a CG takeover, no?
But then when it goes
When it
like
goes
3 or
closer?
4 frames, yeah,
Yeah,
that
from
one
there.
is a real one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Live action there.
This one was made with projections, and I had a lot of dust. We can see that in the screen, but I had a lot of dust in the right side, like dust falling,
Uh-huh.
and I had to replicate that dust and stuff.
Oh, sweet.
It's great.
Sweet.
And as always, wires. Wires, the same. This one was a crazy one.
What about here? Where were the wires connected?
They're ceiling.
But their waists, or were they
rigs
running up
through their back?
to their back?
Yeah.
Classic.
Ah.
Yeah, this one it was just a rig, but they had like one wire in each shoulder.
Yeah.
So
and do
they
the
are
pinch.
rotating, and we have the wire crossing your head, and it is a hedgehog. So with all the spikes. yeah.
and spike?
Oh yeah.
I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
do it frame by frame, but with a lot of dissolves, I think. Like,
Are you holding
3 or
like different
4.
patches and just
Yeah.
dissolving things? Wow.
and with Mocha Tracker, by the way.
Oh yeah. Mocha always
It
saving the
helped me a
day, no?
This one was just cleaning markers, a bunch of shots, cleaning markers.
Green screens, blue
Yeah.
screens,
The-
set extensions
It
in
was
here.
basically the green screen for the dragon, the dead dragon.
Look at that. Boom.
3 wires.
Wires on the guys, right?
Yeah. That one, the first one. Yep. We had like a big
Crew?
stand. No, not crew. A big stand with like wood in that tunnel. I can see the tunnel in the left side, the left
Oh, where it's
bottom corner.
behind the thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there I see it.
And we had to. I had to remove it and keep the sand and make it like the real sand behind, and make like the going down, the floor going down, because
Right,
we had like a leveled wood with
Yeah.
the ground, and I had to make it like going down
Like
to
slope
go
a bit.
inside the tunnel.
Mm.
Chris
and remove
Whitford.
a bit of
My buddy Chris Whitford is watching as well.
who's Chris?
Chris, the Compositor ILM.
Ah,
One of my original Dream Team members. Nice work, guys. I love The Witcher, and especially the opening scene in the swamp.
yeah, it was the
Sweet.
best scene. Boom, first episode.
All right, let's
This was the slides.
jump.
This was the slides. 'Cause, yeah, this was just like a 2 minute video. 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 2
What is this? Avenues.
This was like just removing a wire to replace with the CG one.
All right, show us something on Avengers.
So go. This was just cleaning the gauntlet because the guys in Marvel, they like to use like big props. And then the glove, the real glove, the CG glove is smaller. Why?
So is his hand just hovering on a bigger glove, and then
Yeah.
do you have to morph it into place?
No, I just.
You just need to do clean
just
plate.
removed
Yeah.
the amount of the hand that we need. And
Okay.
then the other cover.
Clean plates
Sure.
behind is like just cleaning up the background. And then CG goes on top.
Yeah, and roto. Basically, this was roto. That shot, the shot before this one,
Yeah.
the other one. Yeah, this one was one of the first challenging shots. It was like my third or fourth shot since I started there, and I had to remove lots of cables, and we had a camera guy, a crew guy in the left side, and when I removed that, we didn't have that ripple effect. The reflections in the water, and I had to replicate that. That was challenging. And Pedro helped me a lot with that.
A lot of ID stored on it,
Yeah.
huh?
And I read one of the Pedro scripts in Wikipedia, the documents,
Uh-huh.
because he has one expression that makes lots of waves, and I use that with
Oh, that's
eyes
like the
and colors.
sines and cosines stuff.
Yeah,
That does like wave. Yeah,
and I used that in that shot. It got pretty good.
it looks flawless. Like I
I
can't
remember
tell.
this one. What you're saying, I remember this one too. You were loving it. I can see the sarcastic feeling here.
Yeah, I know.
Like when you says you were loving it, it's like you were in panic.
Well, this one
You were
wasn't
pulling your
the
hair.
worst one. This one wasn't the worst one. I
What
think
was the
that
worst one?
The next, the one with the hand,
The
The
previous?
nebula.
the nebula.
Oh, nebula.
No, front. Yeah.
That one.
This one, no, it's not that one, but this one was a funny one because we had a big lamp behind the orb.
Yeah.
A really big one. Everything was white behind.
Oh
So I had to
no.
paint it, and we have the camera moving with parallax, and I started in one side, and then something that I wanted to keep it for the entire frame.
Yeah,
It was showing white in this side at the end.
you're not covering everything.
Yeah, because we had parallax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
it got solved.
goodness. My goodness. So we have
Yeah.
that. No,
Next, behind, back.
that.
It's right after.
That. No.
Next one.
That
yeah,
one.
this one. This one looks a really easy shot.
What is it in the
Well,
before effects? What?
Removing
is
the
it just a
hand?
hand?
it's just a
Just
hand
removing the
with-
hand,
yeah,
right?
Right.
Because
it's
the
just a
CG.
hand.
Yeah.
And in my opinion, I thought, well, I just have to remove a bit because they are gonna replace it.
Right. So you
But
would
that
want to-
hand is burned, so basically you can see through the hand and the arm.
Ah.
So you had to remove everything.
Everything, and you need
And-
to
and
do
you keep the
something that you
jacket.
can't see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And animate all of those ripples of the cloth
Because-
that you don't see. Ooh.
When you track here in the shoulder, it keep it good. It gets in place, and then you make it here, and it gets in place. But then you look to the middle, and something is like distorting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sliding.
And that's that was the time when I learned to use SD maps with trackers, and move it a bit here with the roto and the blur to control the intensity. And Pedro, it was by Christmas time, like you guys, basically.
So we all had Christmas presents by the time.
Yeah.
Pedro says it was Christmas time and Mario spent enough time on the shot to fall in love with
Yeah.
Nebula.
I have to say, she has a really nice precious.
One of my best shots is with Nebula and Gamora.
Really?
It was one of the hero shots on Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
It's
When they are upside down, when they crash and they're fighting, we had the whole fighting scene
Yeah.
and the crash and the fighting scene. And when they're upside down, there's a lot of like danger.
right?
Yeah, that one. So there's a lot of danger happening, and the shot didn't have. I have just a simple practical fire happening, but we need to make that thing boil. And yeah, everybody was. Oh, you were looking for. You're looking for this.
I'm full of water, man.
Help yourself, buddy.
Thank
So
you.
we needed to make that thing look really dangerous. and that was probably one of the best achieving shots that I've ever done. It was pretty much everything was added. Like you look the original shot and you can put it there.
Just put it on the floor.
Carlos needs wine too.
Does he?
You can put it here.
But you can
Yeah,
keep
that
talking.
was a difficult one. That was those kind of shots that you don't usually have opportunity to do in comp, which is like full on creativity. When people say, and this is something that we can discuss here, is like roto and prep is a lot of Boolean work. It's good or it's bad, right? But comp is way more subjective. Like one person might have an idea and then another person comments and gives another idea, and then it goes in circles until the client eventually will see something. So that shot was one of the few shots that you can actually do something because there was no established idea. The idea was like, just make this dangerous. Make this look dangerous. And it didn't look frightening at all because you couldn't have fire close enough to the actresses, right? So that one was a full-on creative shot that you could actually pick up all the elements that you want, put it on, like play with the fire and with the heat waves and all of that danger, the colors, the embers coming into the screen. I was like, it was beautiful, man. That was a super shot, and it ended up being used as the hero shot for the rest of the guys to match. So that was good.
Can you show just one more, please?
Absolutely,
All right,
as
like
many
to-
as you
to
want,
say
my
something.
friend. You only pay by the very end.
It's this one.
This one?
This one was the last shot that I did before coming on holidays. The first holidays that I had since I started working.
Did you have holidays?
Of course, I deserve it. This one of the examples with the gauntlet, where the gauntlet is really big, and I had to paint frame by frame. This one was to frame by frame the entire chest.
Silhouette?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The entire chest. And
Could you leave
the
just a little bit in the middle because it was being replaced? Or
Yeah, but they didn't know if the gauntlet would be more up.
would be
or
sitting
down.
up?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, fine.
And then the gauntlet, the prop one, was big enough to cover her neck, and with a big shadow.
Oh no!
So, but wait,
no!
I asked to my hand.
No!
I asked to my hand, and I asked her,
Oh.
should I remove this shadow? Because if I haven't told her anything, it will be fine.
If not, she just has this random shadow. in
Yeah.
her neck.
And she told me, yeah, it will be better for the shot. Okay, I remove it. Yeah, I painted frame by frame
man.
that thing.
I hate those shots when we say like, oh yeah, we just clean up like a couple of pixels around, and then we end up painting
Cleaning
everything,
the whole-
cleaning
yeah.
everything.
And that shot was the one that I made the highs, the nebulous highs, the first ones.
Let me
And I want that shot because I think it was the only shot that I spent like 3 days doing the beginning the shot, and I got to my head and I told her.
You told to Nebula, I love you.
No, to my
Or to your head.
my head.
She is
Your
a
supervisor.
floating head.
No, the head of department.
The head of department.
Yeah, which was my supervisor at the time. Well, I have to stop doing this shot because this is taking me crazy. I can't find a solution now, but I will. And she told me, really? You can? Don't worry. Give me another shot for a couple
Look
of
at
days,
that.
and I'll bring a solution.
I'll just set it aside. I'll put it in the back burner.
Yeah.
I'll come back fresh.
And a few days later, I picked the shot again, and I
And
finish it.
Man, it happened to me several times.
I'm saying this
stopping
because-
for a while, sometimes coming home and having a shower, and suddenly I'm like, I know how to do that. I know how to do that.
Like,
Why didn't I remember how to do that?
I think this works.
I'm saying this because there's a lot of people that has afraid to show weakness,
Right.
and I think it's not a weakness. Like,
Man, you're learning.
yeah,
You are learning. It's part of the process. Like if you know how to do everything, you're not in the right place. You should be challenging. You should be challenged all the time. And I feel that when I'm not learning anything, you just get into like this lazy mode of like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I'm
it's
doing.
comfortable, nothing else.
Too
Yeah.
comfortable. I don't like that. Pedro is saying it's That big nebula shot is Sabine's, by the way.
Which one? The big one when they are walking and
Yeah.
going back to the future, I think.
The whole body replaced.
Yeah, we had to remove the entire body because the suits sometimes get in and get out, and we had to keep the heads.
Did you
So
have to extend the
after
neck?
the cleanup? No.
Oh.
After the cleanup, we just had to see like two
Floating
heads
heads?
walking. It was really funny.
Danielle, do you want to walk us through a couple more shots?
Of
yours?
Sure. Let me just. Let's just skip ahead and see. Oh, this one is interesting. This one is very interesting. Okay, so the main thing here was the handover between CG and practical, because they wanted to bring the robot
yeah, I
right
remember.
with the bag, but they did have a prop bag, a practical bag that they had her hold, and this bag was being brought in. You have to picture it in your head. From screen left,
A gray guy.
some guy dressed in gray just brings a bag over his head. Can you show my camera?
Wait.
Well, it's better in gray than
Just
in green
presents
screen.
the bag like
in green.
this. He's crouching and just presents the bag like this for her to pick up. And it's so funny to look at. And it's again one of those like, I see a shadow over here. Should I remove it as well? Because the guy was coming in and his shadow was crossing and showing on casting a shadow on top.
Yeah.
And-
On the wall and on the ceiling. No?
on the ceiling, and it becomes like you go into this mad state where you're like, at first you see the shadow, and during the day the shadow will start to fade, and by the end you're like, "No, this could be someone else's shadow. I think, is there even a shadow there? I think it's just a dark spot. No, I think there's." And then the next day you come in, oh shit, there's a shadow there. Yeah. No, I need to bring this up with my lead and see, are we removing the shadow? Yeah, we are.
We had to.
We have to. So the shot went on for longer, where she was supposed to take the bag, and they in edit they actually crop it, like the cut happens right before her hands grab the bag, because I think at the end of the day they I don't know if it was like going over budget with the days and stuff of having to blend between the CG and the practical, but we ended up having to remove the practical bag as well. So I had the whole thing done with the guy removed, just the bag coming in, and all of a sudden they tell me, yeah, you have to remove the bag too. Remove the bag. That actually goes on screen. The guy's just in the back. I can rebuild the back pretty easily.
Yeah.
And no one will ever know. But the big chunk of screen that's there, yeah, sure, and okay. And now you're dealing with very, very fine rotos around the hands and around the she's wearing like these wrist gauntlets thingies. You're going very fine on the weapon that she's carrying and stuff.
Yeah.
So you start going deep into this little tiny adjustments. Go in, retouch the mats, bring in the splines, just adjust this one spline, but use the mats for the rest, or just have to redo this hand or this whole arm because it's just not working.
It's the beauty of it, man.
Yeah.
I usually say this. Some of the most difficult stuff that I've done was done in roto prep. It was not in comp. It was in roto prep because you have all of this fine-tuned details that you cannot miss. If you miss, it's going to be seen, right?
Yeah.
And it's because it's Boolean. Someone's going to say no, kick back. Why? Well, because it's not perfect. It needs to be perfect, right?
Yeah, if it's something that needs to match with the background, or if it's the same,
Yeah.
you need to keep it like exactly the same.
Yeah, you need to match the background. You don't just make it up or pretend like
Yeah.
it has a halo over here.
Yeah.
No, you remove the halo.
And sometimes it is this manual work and this precision and this eye that you need to develop during roto prep that can lead you to be a great compositor. Or else you need to have already a great eye. But some people like come from different backgrounds. Like we all, I think this is kind of almost like military service, right? Before you being in special forces, you need to go through
The recruitment.
basic recruitment. Like if you don't do recruit, you're gonna be missing the hierarchy, the way to work, the pressure, working on the pressure, working all of this. If you've been through the trenches in roto prep, you're gonna achieve compositing, and you're gonna believe that's gonna be easy.
And you're gonna respect everyone.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you'll end up respecting
absolutely.
above and below.
Oh yeah.
Because roto prep is such a, you have to deal with match move and someone else is doing the roto maybe, or someone else is doing the prep, and you have to keep communication lines established even during and before and after the shot leaves your hands, and then you have to go up the comp, make sure that everybody's happy, or if something needs adjusted, you need to be flexible and compromise on some things, help them out, and just make it perfect, like you were saying.
Chris is saying 100% true, Carlos. One of the hardest shots I've ever did was a paint task for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and I believe I remember it was like with Bebop and Rocksteady, right? Is it Bebop and Rocksteady? Like the name of the
Bebop.
Sorry?
Go ahead. I think I'll get it.
Are you asking about the name of the turtles?
Yeah, the two guys. No. The guy is the Warthog, and the other guy. There's like this the two bad guys.
Christopher, give us the names.
I think. Chris, tell us. I believe it was like this shot. It was absolutely madness. I believe it was that shot that
the
that
only,
is referring
the only
to.
villain that I know from Teenage Mutant.
Shredder.
Yeah. It is a Shredder.
and the Foot Clan, I think.
This is not from your time. Come on, you're too young.
I watched the movie with the masks and stuff. Remember when they had the rubber suits?
No.
You didn't
What, the
see the movie
movie?
with the rubber suits?
The first movie.
Oh, you should. It's
Oh,
lovely.
it's so good. It's the best one, to be honest.
Yeah,
That was True
Yeah.
Spirit.
Maybe, but I don't
It was so
remember.
good.
it's
It was really good.
it's dated by now.
Ah,
it's really
it's
dated.
fine. If you watch the CG ones, it's just like it's too CG.
Yeah. Everything.
And the other one is still. It's the same thing of watching Mandalorian and you see a baby. By the way,
Baby
have
Yoda.
Baby Yoda there.
Yeah. The
Look at that, so cute.
over here. Look at it.
So cute.
This is the one used on set,
Yeah.
by the
yeah.
way.
This is the actual live prop. that
Oh
they
yeah,
use.
I stole it. Let me give this to Daniel.
I think we have an agreement, right? I get to keep it for a week and then I bring it back. Isn't that what we promised?
Bebop and Rocksteady.
Bebop and
Bebop
Rocksteady.
and Rocksteady, yeah.
Hey, that's
The
it.
Warthog and the Rhino.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I
Yeah.
remember those two.
Absolutely. Oh, someone watching from YouTube. Yeah. By the way, this is the first time that I'm multi-streaming on Facebook and YouTube. So if you guys are on YouTube, just give it a shout. So I know that it's working. There's a lot of technical stuff that I'm trying for the first time. So if something is wrong, just raise your hand and saying you're doing shit. But until now, I think everything is kind of working. So yeah. Oh, the shot Chris is saying. The shot you are thinking is one where me and Alejandro had similar shots, but he's unfortunately got admitted, and I use this spray to do my test.
Smart move.
Oh
Smart
my
move.
goodness! This is so true. This is
modern
so true.
problems and modern solutions, right?
This is so true.
I'll go back to
I'll go back to Facebook. He probably didn't know. Basically, this happened. Alejandro is one of the other guys from my dream team, and he was working on the shot, like crazy difficult shot, and he did such an amazing cleanup work, and it was like all these clean plates, everything was working, and solution was working, and suddenly Chris had to do a similar shot. Started doing the shot, Alejandro's shot got omitted, and he used this work.
Give me your script and I'll put my plate in.
just hand it over. I'll plug in the plate. Don't worry. I'll
someone
even
is
do
watching.
the G noise for you.
WV, who's WV?
I was watching on both. That's some
watching-
multitasking. Thanks,
Oh
mate.
man, that's taking advantage of the multi-stream. I appreciate it because it's more like, well, by the way, like and subscribe. Try to do that. Like and subscribe in
Look at
our
that.
channel.
He still brings it up.
He still brings it up nowadays.
There are always some stories that you just keep for life.
Oh, Yvonne is watching.
Can I shout out?
Yvonne!
Can I shout out one of my friends?
You can.
Thanks,
you
Andre.
can.
Thanks for being here.
That's just overkill, he says.
That's like my best guy.
Look at that. Andre Costa. And Yvonne is watching. Yvonne is one of my friends from the same school of DNAC Singapore that we met in KL.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
she's
yeah,
now
okay.
an amazing compositor working in Vancouver. Good friend of mine. All right. Do you want to show us fanboy? The course is saying fanboy here.
Thanks
All
for the
right.
support.
Show us something more. What would you like to talk? Star Wars or Mandalorian?
Should we?
Oh, the shot.
Should we touch on this one? Yeah, why not?
Look at that. That was the 4 a.m. shot.
That's the 4 a.m. shot.
The Christmas.
General Hux gets shot.
Boom.
Not only he gets shot dead.
Oh man.
And that's do you remember that about the wig of the stunt guy?
Oh man, this shot is so it was so difficult. It turned out amazing, to be honest. This was such a great job. Now VFX Soup Mark Verisco did such an amazing job on this, man. And it's like,
Definitely.
it has such a great eye. And this shot was like a cleanup challenge, like a super hard cleanup challenge, and then a hard comp challenge as well.
Yeah,
What did you do here?
Definitely. I took care of a bunch. I wish I had counted them. It's not that high of a number, but they were big. But
Big
it's
and difficult.
big and difficult. Because then we're dealing with anamorphic focus
Oh yeah, look at that.
and camera moves. It kind of punches in. Like everything, you can see stuff grow with the anamorphic lens.
Look
You
at
can
that.
see it. Look at that. So there were a bunch of markers on the walls behind where those stormtroopers are at the entrance, around the archway, on the little computers that they're working at, like their desks. There were markers behind the stormtrooper on screen left. There were markers pretty much on every line on the floor where it crosses.
Yep.
Every intersection of the lines, there was a marker.
So basically, what is the plate?
Will,
It's the floor and
who is
green
WD?
around?
I'm hurt. Will Van Douw is here.
Everything is practical.
Hi Will, how's it going?
Some lens breathing too sweet.
Will is
Yeah.
another one from Dream Team.
Man, he was so committed to the
Is the
double
one in
streaming.
Vancouver?
Yeah. He was working with me in Scanline. I think he's still in Scanline. Man, yeah, there's Pedro saying there's some lens breeding. Man, it's crazy. This is the anamorphic pull focus with everything, with old lenses. So yeah, there's lens breed. There's there's everything that can go wrong. It goes wrong in this shot.
There's so much going on, and I remember the script was just long because I do my scripts vertically, and it was insane. And then the guy, so this is then a handover between like the actual actor,
Yeah,
the
and the stuntman.
and the stuntman, and in the
And they didn't line up.
they did not at all.
There was no motion control in these cameras. It's literally two shots.
They
shot
had
by hand.
they had to stabilize the whole thing, and then JE ended up doing the roto for the stuntman, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And the guy, the actor, he just crouches. Like he
Yeah.
doesn't even pretend. He gets shot and he just goes like this. He crouches. He just does this. So then you have to clean him up while the camera is kind of punching in on General Pride, I think is his name. So there's all these. We ended up using UV projections so we could have the floor vertically with the lines perpendicular and
Yep.
parallel, like completely undistorted. Perfect. We had it straightened up in front of us, so easy to work with.
Yeah.
And besides that, I think. We ended up using. I remember being introduced to monochrome by then.
Oh,
Monochrome.
Melvin's
Shout
favorite
out-
tool.
Shout out to Melvin, because it came in handy more than a couple times. I wouldn't say it was a solution for all the markers on the floor. I mean, on the floor with the reflections, it wasn't a solution for all of them, but it helped so much. 'Cause
Yeah.
It
Well,
was,
monochrome, if you want to explain, it's a channel swap technique,
Yeah.
but done in a different way.
Well, basically, you're adding the channels right, and you're controlling the weights of each channel that's contributing to the monochrome.
I've used one of those tools from Pedro, where we had to remove like red markers in the green screen,
Mhm.
and we swapped like the
Yep.
channels instead of cleaning it. and just
Right.
to do a bit of
Because
roto
one
when
channel
they
will be
cross
black and the other
guys.
channel will be white. If you mix it, you get the gray that's in between, and it matches the green screen sometimes. It's just
Call it
It's an
transfers and
amazing
stuff
it's an
like that.
amazing technique when it works, and
we have
baby's crying.
We have a baby.
Baby's crying. Yeah, it's amazing when it works. When it doesn't work, it's
Well, you gave it a shot.
you gave it a shot.
Yeah.
At least you gave it a shot.
It's not too time intensive, thankfully. And with the stuntman, the funny thing, I still laugh at it when I look at it, is that it's not a tool. It's just
It's not a tool.
It
Not
is.
just
Yep,
a simple
it's
shuffle.
Just a simple shuffle.
It's more than one.
you just multiply the channel and you get the weights and the
Yeah.
Where was I? Oh, the stuntman, right? Because his wig, the stuntman gets pulled back, right, and his head kind of flings, right, and he hits. I don't know if he hits. It probably doesn't hit the floor, but the way his head goes down, the wig pops off.
Oh yeah. The wig
And he just ends up sliding with the wig next to his shoulder.
There's the wig is over here.
Oh man, it was so funny looking at that. I think it was Jai's roto, right, that cut it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, we would have a wig laying right there. It was so
Yeah,
funny.
but it's a beautiful shot. It's a beautiful shot, and it's a nice challenge.
And the takeover is seamless.
This was like combination of 3 shots.
Yeah.
Do you wanna talk about that one, like race? Poof.
Sure. So this is again, they use practical sparks and explosions for the hits. So when the camera blows up, there's an actual practical explosion happening, and her motion of shooting didn't line up with the explosion. I think it was earlier. Yeah, I think it was earlier than the explosion. So we had to completely remove, because then you're getting into, since it was earlier, her arm comes down earlier as well, and you need to keep the arm up. So what you end up doing is removing the whole arm, and after a bit of the shoulder, but that's after, and you bring the arm back in. You either try and use the same animation, right, with the time offset, or you sometimes maybe have to morph it in between keys. But then when the arm comes down, you end up having to do this rebuilding of the shoulder, because you need to have that 3D effect of the shoulder turning, right? You can't just keep the shoulder that was there before. So you have to remove the shoulder that is coming down too early and make your own with sourcing what you had in the original, while rebuilding it by hand sometimes.
It looks easy when you're looking. So, let's just repo the hand, and then you end up seeing that it's never too easy.
And you know, that's
The
actually
shots that look easy.
that wasn't actually too bad. That was like, oh wow, that's challenging, but that wasn't too bad. The one that was worst comes after with Finn. When he shoots, you'll see it. His hand is going over a couple stormtroopers before, right there. When he shoots, his hand, when he shoots the panel, I think.
I remember that.
So you have to rebuild the stormtroopers as well, and they're falling, and nothing but perfection is accepted.
Yeah.
With the stormtrooper, the
Bullion.
black,
It's bullion.
the black, the contrast, the white, the highlights, because you're rebuilding something you don't see. I remember we had the model, the SH Figo Arts. I had it next to me, so I could source the armor, the chest plate.
Yeah.
And I looked up references online for because they changed the chest plates. They changed from movie to movie.
Yeah.
So they can sell more stormtroopers.
So I can buy more stormtroopers.
Yep. So people like you keep giving them money. So I had to source and recreate the actual like the movie's stormtrooper look.
Yeah.
We were looking at the previous movie and we were like, oh no, but this doesn't line up. The Last Jedi is not the same chest plate.
It was not the same.
So we ended up looking at like previous shots where Rey gets a close up of the troopers and stuff to do that. But that was more challenging, I think, than just rebuilding kind of a simpler geometric background with the shot we saw before.
Moving stuff when there's occlusions, it's insane.
Yeah.
It's so difficult, so challenging, because you need to get your imagination right. You don't have any reference of what is behind. I remember in my academic showreel, I tried to do a removal of my dog because my dog, it was not Jazz, it was Goofy. We shot one of the takes with these military guys coming in, and then Goofy just stormed right into the set and he ruined that shot. And I was like, well, this actually might turn out quite good for me because I can remove the dog. So I was thinking when the dog was in front of them, they were crouching, they were like kneeling, and there was a lot of action happening. I was like, yeah, I'm going to remove the dog. I was like, no. I spent a month working on that shot, and it was impossible.
After
it was
one
impossible.
arm and 2 legs.
It was just not possible because the dog was standing in front of 6 guys.
Yeah, and moving.
And they were both moving.
Yeah.
They were like walking and then just kneeling down. Just impossible.
It's too much.
It's the moment where you say like, nope. CG.
Reshoot.
Can we get the actors back on set?
All right. Last shot. Do you want to show us?
This one maybe?
This one?
I like this one. It looks simple, right? Because it's
Oh,
a very
Yeah.
static.
This one.
Yeah,
right?
very easy on the eye, simple shot, nothing moving much. But can you bring it back and stop at a wide part of the frame? I think right there. Yeah, I think right there should be good. Where the original take of this shot, she didn't move. She was just standing already in this final position.
Yeah.
And the stormtrooper on her left, the screen right, he was already laying down. He was already dead. But they wanted the motion to carry over from the previous shot, right? So they took from a different take the stormtrooper.
The background.
We had that as so we had the background as our original plate, and I had to remove the woman, the whole of the woman, because she was being fully replaced, and the stormtrooper. So that meant rebuilding everything that's behind her, rebuilding the flame stove. What do you call it? The burner things.
The burners. Yeah.
it's the
Not
burners.
not the fire itself,
Flames.
because that's comp, but the burners. They had some LEDs going on, so I had to recreate the lighting of the LED. I had to rebuild the whole set, the step, the floor after the step, the curvature, and it's not like from here it looks, it's gray on gray, like it's a different shade of
No,
gray.
it's not. It's not.
Nope, it's
not.
very well textured 4K plate with fine details on the
Mandalorian is
on the
4K.
ground. Yeah.
4K.
It
That's
was.
when shit hits the floor. It's the
Yeah.
Yeah,
fan.
but nowadays that's normal, right?
It's normal.
They shoot
It's normal
in
for
4K.
Netflix, man.
Yeah, Netflix.
Yeah.
They shoot 4K, but for cinema,
Oh,
we
no,
work
no.
we work 2K, man.
Yeah, I know.
I don't see
And even
apart from Chris Nolan's movies
even in
where it
Netflix.
goes IMAX and we work 5K or 6K. Apart from Chris Nolan's, everything is 2K, man.
Yeah, but you work in 4K with proxy, right?
No.
Okay.
No,
No.
no, no, no.
No, actual 2K.
2K.
Oh,
Star Wars
but
itself
in
is
Netflix,
2K.
I think we work with proxy.
Star Wars.
I think you
Michael Bay,
I think you should
6U.
understand.
Was it already?
Cut. No, it's 4K, Amaro. It's 4K.
6U was
Yeah.
4K too, I
It's
think.
4K.
4K.
I believe you.
It's 4K. Yeah, Netflix
Well,
is 4K.
Anyway, Netflix now is streaming in HD because of the
The pandemic.
What?
yeah, the pandemic.
The servers can take it.
Are you joking?
There was so many people at home watching Netflix. They had to downgrade the quality.
What the hell?
I'm not sure with Netflix. Disney's legal team incoming. The Netflix. I don't know if it's reversible because YouTube they did the same. They downgraded everyone to 720p, but you can change the resolution of the video to be 1080. Netflix, I'm not sure that they allow you to change back to
At least in,
4K.
during March till May.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was for him. Everyone was watching in HD.
Wow. I didn't even notice.
people are at
Yeah,
home
because most of people watch it in their
on a tablet or a
smartphone, so-
phone.
Yeah, well,
do you
yeah.
need 4K?
Netflix, I don't watch it on the tablet. Netflix, you want to watch it on TV. Maybe YouTube. Yeah, YouTube is on phone or tablet
Yeah.
all the time. But
It's the same.
but Netflix, you kind of I like to watch a TV series in front of the TV.
Mr. Big Shot over
Me
here
too.
with a 65-inch TV. We're watching it on our phones, on our tablets. Sure.
Come on, this guy has a TV at home and he doesn't use the TV.
Really?
He still uses the iPad.
Yeah. When I was in Malaysia,
laying,
Come
down,
on.
laying down in the bed. And
Come
laying down in bed
on.
is more comfortable than being on the sofa.
Just lazy.
Yeah, that too. I'm not denying it.
Belita dos Vales. Who knows? Who knows?
beijinho, Belita.
And
4K
do you guys have
TV.
4K TV sets?
Mine in Malaysia was 720. So
4K, 65 inch.
do you have an old CRT TV or something?
Yeah, I have.
Yep.
Yep.
So the answer is no. Netflix can give us HD because that's plenty.
Pedro was giving us a tip. Important to refer that you should swap it just where the markers are showing. He used the color matrix node to isolate them as a matte.
Show that
Look
in
at-
one of your tech corners.
He
He's saying
is.
that,
He
yeah.
is. He is. Look at that.
Good.
I might do a tech corner on this Complayer. I was saying
That's
Complayer is
pretty good.
Friday, but it's not Friday. It's Saturday. I think Pedro was correcting me. Watch Complayer on this Saturday. And you might learn something.
Ceiling mounted TV. Thanks, Will. I'll keep that in mind.
What the?
That's
What?
like next level
It's good
problem
That's
for-
solving.
kinky.
Yeah,
That's
when you're in
kinky.
your bed.
What? Ceiling mounted TV.
Would you not be deadly afraid of it falling on your head?
I would. I would.
I think I would use a projector to your ceiling.
Man, that's
easier.
Much easier.
That's
yeah.
lazy, like taken to a different level. Because like you're just like on your bed, just like boom, looking up.
Yeah.
Waking up in the morning, watching the news.
The weather forecast shows up.
And you're like,
Big letters like 7 a.m. Big red letters above here.
oh my goodness. All right. What else do I have here to show about you guys? Let's see the we saw the after.
Yeah.
And then we have the before. So just for the people that are still watching, we still have 20 people watching. Crazy. Willie
lie
saying,
to
don't lie to
yourself,
yourselves, you're tempted. I've thought about that. I've thought about that once.
I
It's
thought
like-
about the projector, not the TV in the ceiling.
A projector.
A projector.
Can be.
Because there are cheap ones that 2 meters enough is more than enough
Yeah.
to have a good quality in your
Short
wall.
throw projector pointing up in the
Yeah.
bed. Man. I can see that. I can see that.
Works as a ceiling mirror.
Works as a ceiling mirror.
Speaking
That's-
of kinky,
That's when the kinky comes in. Can you explain more about this, Will?
is this so maybe send us a picture. Show us your setup.
Show us your oh my goodness! There goes the iPad. Boom.
Well,
No more wine for this guy.
so do we?
It's fine.
It doesn't go past the floor. So should
Baby
we pick it
Yoda.
up?
Baby Yoda can kind of like use the force.
Where's Jabs?
Does he? Is he looking at camera? I don't know. Raise his hand. Come on, go off screen and just lift the iPad.
Oh my goodness. What could go wrong? Inviting these two guys to do the first podcast. It could only go wrong.
I only came for the wine and the dinner.
Hey, and you didn't bring the wine and you didn't pay the dinner.
But you stayed for
See?
the talk.
I didn't
See?
bring any money, by the way.
Well,
All right,
Put
let
on my
me show you. 2 years ago, you finished your course with me.
Yeah.
By the way, I haven't talked about this yet.
We were.
I should kind of promote this.
should you promote your
But,
course?
but yeah, I should.
we were showing our show reels but around this time.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much. So basically, I did the first edition of the advanced compositing series 2 years ago. Around this time. Yeah,
It
that we started
3
years ago.
Yeah.
Around this time, 3 years. And
Yeah.
I am doing the second edition now, starting in September. So if you want to spend some hours with me, and if you have patience for that, and if you want to work in visual effects, you want to work in compositing, and starting in this industry, sign up for the course. The course is going to be in the same place, Art School. So give it a call to Sophia in Art School, and you can sign up for this course. We're gonna follow a similar structure of what we've done before. So basically, going through every step of the way that you need to learn to be a compositor. And for me, it counts as all the fundamentals, and you're going to be a specialist on every single fundamental that you need before you reach to the compositing level. So, and this will give you a job. So as simple as that. Oh, Olga is watching.
Say hello.
Say hi to your baby.
Do me a favor and say hi to Gustavo, please. He keeps looking at the screen and calling for daddy. Hi, Gustavo. Hi, baby. I thought I heard him crying. You're doing great, by the way, says Olga. Oh, look at that.
Thanks.
Look at that. Proud wife. So I was saying that if you guys want to sign up for the course, let me know. If you want to have more information, you can visit my website, www.roadtocomp.com, and you can visit a Facebook page, YouTube page, and you can find all of that information. Talking about that, let me show you what these guys did on their showreels that got them a job. Okay, so you've seen their professional work after 2 years working in the industry at the highest level. And yeah, you've seen some of the work because you can't see everything. Some of them are not released yet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me show you what these guys did to get to that level. There's a lot of technicality work involved in this, a lot of passion and
Patience.
a lot of patience, a lot of hours. So who should I start with?
I'm start with him
I'm
again.
not-
Daniel. Boom.
No.
Look at that. Look at that. This has a great sound, by the way.
It does.
Let's see.
And
if-
it's YouTube library, so you should be fine.
I don't even know if I window.
Just watch YouTube, copy strike, Facebook.
Movie.
Good shot. Boom, boom.
Difficult. This was actually shot here. That's exactly the wall that you have behind you. Oh, and we have Sleepwalk.
Can't believe.
Sleepwalk, the
Sleepwalk, the
amazing movie that we gave some help to Felipe Melo.
And the door. It looks so simple now, right?
Oh man!
Like, how would you do it? Yeah, do it that way.
Yeah.
But before it was just wow.
Well, we should have applied a bit more texture because it got too blurry. Yeah.
It did get too blurry, but
It works nice within the movie, man.
we
Look at
still
that,
kept
look at
some
that.
of the smudges.
Seamless. Oh, and this last shot. Such an excellent work, man. Freaking incredible.
This was a big group effort from
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah.
in the class.
And your big money shot.
It could be better. It's the stupid flare.
Where's that famous flare?
It should be there because you're looking at the sun, right?
Yeah, it should be there right
It
now.
should be there.
But you just put it when you look up to.
That's
to
actually the original flare. When you see when you look up, that's the original flare.
Ah, okay.
I should have removed that.
You should
and
have removed
replaced
that and put the other one.
it. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. That's Amaro and me. We weren't in the green screens. Chris says, If in doubt, blur it out. Yeah, that's a classic. That's a classic. We shot this in Lisbon. Man.
Yeah, it actually looks surreal. It looks like either fake, like it looks like a big CG building or something, or something you would see in a different European city. And you look at that and it's Lisbon. Because it's a mix of brick, like this old European style brick, and then this bridge that looks very much like the San Francisco Bridge, but it's the same architecture.
This is the what is that? What is that? That building?
Is
it's
it
the
the
museum?
NEP?
Museum of Electricity.
Electricity Museum.
Electricity?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I
So,
think it's owned by it.
so basically,
Can't tell.
first shot. First
First
shot is
shot.
like a comp showdown.
Magic.
A roto showdown, man. Look, this is absolutely insanity. You took these roto lessons to really serious, man. Really serious. And this was like look at the perfection of when this guy is A-Bing with the plates, and like I can't even understand when people roto without even looking at the alpha channel, man. And this is the perfect thing when you're doing like A-B, and you can check it with the plates. Look at that. Absolute perfection. So we did this by this time. We were doing this in Flowbox, right?
Yeah, Flowbox. We need to shout out those guys. 'cause
Yeah.
the software.
I did mine in Silhouette because Flowbox was
it breaking?
It's
for
not
you?
working for you.
Wow. For me, it handled all those trackers, and this was a very new on the scene software. So we were helping.
Yeah,
test
you're
it,
helping to
basically.
develop. Yeah, test.
And it was amazing out of the get go.
Man, out of the box, it was nice.
Yeah.
Nice and cheap package. But I think they're kind of struggling. Miko can probably tell us if Miko is watching. But yeah, man, this was a great shot. And you have here all the difficult challenges like motion blur with cards rotating. Like these cards are rotating and falling, and it's absolute insanity. So yeah, one of the craziest and basically showing the perfection of matching. Like this is how you roto, and this is how crazy you go when you have to do a shot. So yeah, that was pretty impressive. This one, this shot is history. Should we go there? No, Mario doesn't want to go there.
For me, it doesn't make a difference. But
No, this was quite a tough challenge that I gave you throughout Christmas.
Yeah.
And you took this seriously and basically completed everything to perfection. Like you've done multiple clean plates and you merge everything together.
Yeah, I stitched everything in like a matte paint kind of thing.
Yeah. Look at that. Beautiful. And then final touches on the edges and stuff.
Yep. Removing motion blur, like taint from motion blur. But like it has to be very solid tracking with the tracking markers, obviously.
Yeah.
But that alone, before, obviously I know now, but looking at that before, I just go like, we have tracking. We learned tracking, we have tracking. Fine, we have tracking. But how do you do it?
Yeah, crazy, man. After this, we have some of sleepwalk shots. We were quite fortunate to have helped Flip Mel on this. It was an interesting job. It was kind of the first time that you guys had contact with real life scenario, and I was pushing you guys to a level that you haven't seen yet, because he was like, oh yeah, the shots on the classes, you do it or you don't do it, you criticize here, criticize there, but there was no objective, there was no specific objective. It was like, yeah, you want to do better, you do better. On this one, you could only do perfect. So that was quite challenging. So yeah, pretty much like shots were like to remove stuff that was on the walls. There was seams on the walls and stuff like that.
Yep.
Apart from this one here that had scratches, a lot of scratches in there, and then Flip wanted to basically get the scratches away, and the shot turned out to be
Great.
be quite great, man. It looks seamless. When you're watching this, it looks absolutely seamless.
But again, it's like a whole team effort because
Oh yeah.
we had other students in class doing the
rotos.
rotos,
Yeah.
and we were mostly on the prep and compositing of the shot. This again,
Same thing with this one, right?
this was an even bigger because it involved pretty much everyone, I think.
Yeah, this was a full
in
on
the team.
team effort.
I was assembly duty. I was comp duty. Again, like we had roto provided. We had the fence roto. We had background
The
extensions.
the mat for the sky.
Matte paints for
painting.
the sky. So many things. I think you guys remember some fixes we did that were not in the bid, the original bid.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That was actually pretty cool to do.
Yeah, this was very interesting, and it was real life kind of feeling. So people that actually enjoyed going through this moment.
Yeah, and
you
it was
could
so great
see-
of Philippe
you
to
could see.
trust us with that kind of work.
Yeah.
It's his movie, it's his baby. He doesn't have to do this.
Yeah.
He probably shouldn't, but he's the bigger man now.
I might try to bring him here to one of the episodes. Let's see what we can do. But so basically, this was your show reel after you finished the course. You've presented this. I think you were kind of you were the first one.
The last
It was the last one
to present the show.
To present,
Yeah.
to present, but the first one to actually have it ready.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You're the one receiving them. I can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
you had yours ready like 2 months, 1 month after the course finished.
Yeah. Not even that. Not even that.
No, it's just a solid month,
Yeah.
I think.
We were still on class, and you had already all the setup for the whips and the subtitles, everything. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was
You
doing the motion graphics. That's true, but not all the shots were finished because we hadn't shot the Lisbon shot, and we were waiting for
that was the last one, right? Yeah.
yeah.
That was that last one.
That was during
Let me-
the month
Let
after.
me go back to it. That one you have me and Amaro.
Like, just look at
there's
that.
2 green screens.
I don't think I show. in
Look at 2 green screens.
those green screens.
That's you and me.
No. You are the one close to the river.
I'm the one on the right,
Yeah.
and
but
you are the one
the
on
one
the left.
on the left, I think it's Daniel.
Is that me?
Yeah.
It's not.
Maybe it is.
Maybe it's Daniel.
Check your footage.
I still have the original plates. They're
Yeah, I
so
think-
big, the file sizes.
I have like 100
It was a nice
have
reaction.
100
Nice reaction
gigs,
shot.
Gigs
of
footage.
And
The
then so
green
you
screen
got
footage. Yeah.
you
This
got
is
some
where
of
I
this
sourced
from
Force Awakens.
From Force Awakens. I actually have a shot that is after this one.
Really?
I've
don't think we
comped
talked about this.
the shot that is after this when they are passing through the bridge and then you see the Millennium Falcon. I have a shot that is
The
right
piece
after
of junk.
this. The piece of junk. Yeah.
So yeah, I took that and I made an explosion happen close to frame.
I would say that you would have benefited from not grading this so heavily.
So aggressively, yeah.
So aggressively.
Yeah.
But if we just go back and there's so many things.
Again, it's that student
Ambition.
ambition.
Yeah.
I'll put everything on this shot.
Everything. And then you could have simplified it.
Yeah,
and
it's
would
the
have-
less is more rule.
Yeah, absolutely. It turned out to be an amazing shot. Should we watch Amaro's?
Why
You
not?
had some nice
go.
stuff, man. You had some nice stuff. Let's have a look. Talk to us through that.
Oh, this one was the roto shot. The same as Daniel. Flip Mellow.
This is tough
This is
because
big.
it's slow.
Yeah. The
Same
door shot.
door.
It's
Door
not
shot?
the same shot, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look
This
at that.
one is the green screen. This one has a story behind.
And it turned out to be quite nice, man. It's nice. It's nicely comped.
And this one is
We'll see the breakdown. Yeah.
This is nice and colorful. I like this shot, man. And the roto was like full on. Like
Eesh,
you
look
didn't.
at that. Look at that.
you didn't play on this shot, man. And this is the thing that I like that you guys understood. You only
Yeah,
do
but if
probably a roto like this.
If you remember,
Once in your life.
my idea for that shot
was it?
was much simpler. It was like
Was it just background?
when you start, we have some
Oh, look at that.
holes on the wall, some broken tiles on the floor, and
Yeah.
I told Carlos, "Oh, I tidy up these, and this gets fine."
Like
with the
cosmetic
roto."
fixes.
Yeah. And he told me, "Well, you have the roto. Why don't
Why don't you do
replace
something?"
the wall?"
Instead of fixing
And
the wall,
then
just make a new one.
when I go forward, the same with the globe.
Yeah.
Why don't you replace these? Oh,
Look at that. It replaced the wall and it had like the nice reflections on the floor.
Yep.
A nice edge integration.
And then I put the wall rotating.
Look
Is
at
this
that.
where your
It looks
Maya
nice.
knowledge comes in?
No, it's just a sphere with a
Projected.
UV.
That was Nuke?
Yeah,
That was Nuke. Yeah, that was
Nice.
Nuke. That was full on Nuke.
I cleaned up the plate,
The original one?
the ball in the plate. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I
Oh man,
I
it's
projected
simple
it.
and it's well integrated. And you know,
Well, it gave me a bit of troubles in the top reflections from the sun. I had to paint a few by hand, I think,
I think it's fine. You can just.
or with a lot of keys to bring it back.
Yeah.
Something like that.
oh man, this mat is like, I think you guys did an excellent job with this. I remember going crazy and just
And I had to paint the hair when I'm crossing the
Yeah.
wall in front of the paint
To bring it back?
to bring the hair back, because the roto wasn't enough to make it like a bit of the
Yeah.
to bring all the detail that I wanted to.
and look at that, all the creases on the
T-shirts.
on the t-shirts and on the legs. Like this is absolute perfection. It's like you do it once in your life for you to show
what I
what
can
you're
do.
worth it, what you can do. It's simple as that.
Yeah.
If you can do this to this level of perfection, you are exactly there, man. That's simple as that. Then we have Philippe Melo shot. That was the one with the shoulder and with the
Back
guy,
of the
right?
neck, yeah.
The neck.
Basically, it's to remove the
Yeah,
seams
see
in the
them.
Yeah.
wall.
Yeah, this is very simple work. But
But
Do you
it's
remember
had to be.
how do we get these shots by divided by us?
oh yeah, it was
Because
it
it
was.
was in a lottery.
random.
Sorry.
Lottery, yeah, it was
Oh
random.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Instead of I want this one, no.
Yeah, there was
No.
no cherry picking here.
Absolute lottery. Because I wouldn't want to be blamed if you got a simple shot or a difficult shot. So yeah, this one was a similar shot that you've done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's his, where they bring him to the door, they cut, and they cut back to mine. Then, look at that.
Oh, and then this shot. This shot has
This
a
shot
story,
has
man.
a story, yeah. Basically, I asked Carlos if he could help me shooting a green screen where I'm fishing. My first idea was to ride the boat, to be on a boat in the middle of the lake. Yeah.
Well, that's ambitious.
And yeah, in the Sunday morning, I picked Carlos in Liria and I brought him back to my place. And well, we mount everything. It was not a good day. It was
Yeah,
like
it was not so sunny
raining,
day.
lots of clouds, and we had to wait for the clouds to go out to have some sun to shoot. And then we shoot like 2 or 3 takes, and we got back because it started raining a little bit. And yeah, we made a few takes, and
How
we
did you
tried
mount-
to shoot a green screen.
Yeah, the green
Yeah.
screen. The green screen
Because-
was supposed to be on set.
Yeah, Carlos always said if you shoot the green screen on set, the light
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
gonna be right.
On location
yeah.
is.
We wouldn't be shooting exactly where he was standing. We would be
No.
shooting completely off
Right.
off the place where he's going to be. But at least the light was going to match. So he could use the keying skills
But
to do the keying.
was
but
this you stretching the green screen behind him?
Actually, I asked
Pretty much.
The day before, I put a rope tied to trees, like,
Oh god. Oh god.
and I put the green screen the next day, and I asked to a friend of mine to help me with that. So, but it was, we had so much wind,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
after that I tried to, but we shoot a few takes, but my fishing can was too high.
Oh, it was
for the
going
green
outside.
screen. Yeah, was
Yeah.
going outside. And
Yeah.
I tried to do a couple of green screens, but the green screen had so many shadows and
Yeah.
creases. And I,
Like in real life.
yeah, and I thought, no, if I keep with this one, I have to roto everything. So let's try another.
You had to
take.
do a second roto shot,
Yeah.
basically.
And yeah, we ended up shooting the green screen at the same
Inside.
day as you shoot your.
In the studio, yeah.
Yeah. At Teofino
that's what-
Mundo's green screen studio.
But
That's, yeah.
you remember what
it's-
we did for my green screen? We did that. We stretched the fabric, right?
Yeah,
We had
and,
you and him.
Oh, yeah. We did
Both-
that on set. Yeah.
Yeah, and
On
so
location.
I used those, and scrubbing through the footage, it's just nuts. We were basically raising a flag to the wind and just letting it carry us like a parachute. I don't know why we did that the way we did.
Well, because that
It's
was the
lighting.
day, right?
Yeah, it's the day,
It
and
was
then
the
we had to
day.
be
we
facing that
wanted
way.
the same light. That's it.
Yeah,
The lighting was perfect.
Yeah.
but the wind was hitting us right on, and the flag is just.
So you have like a dynamic green screen that changes color
Very.
throughout the shot.
Very little creases
Amazing.
though. The wind stretches it so perfectly. No creases.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When
not
it's
bad.
At least you didn't need to shoot this on the set on the studio.
But then you went to the studio and you had to recreate.
and we had like one light
Yeah.
replacing the sun, basically.
Yeah,
With
and even the
kind
camera
of the
position,
same
right?
direction.
We
yeah.
had to do the same camera angle, so you were trying. We put the camera like really high
Yeah.
to get the same.
No, no.
Baby Yoda is Baby Yoda is talking. What do you want to say?
Found how? No, wait, wrong movie.
The thing. The thing was the black levels were completely different, and the colors.
Oh, yeah.
From the studio to.
So you had to comp it.
to the
Boo hoo.
set. But that one was a bit of a pain in the ass.
Yeah, turned out
In the edges.
pretty good. And then you have like the last shot.
Yeah.
Man, this shot is nice as well, man.
I wanted to do. Well,
Look at
I'm
look
just
at the
a bit
amount of work.
disappointed by the frame range because if I had like 1 or 2 more seconds, it would be better to see the CG. This is basically a shot with helmets.
Man, I like this.
Is that's projections?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
The
nice.
blood on the floor.
I made the camera tracker.
So this CG
exported
was
it.
like from
That
Piteira,
CG
right?
was from José Piteira.
Yeah.
He's working nowhere. MacVision.
No, I think
He
he's
did
off
Watchmen
that.
in MacVision,
He
but
did
I,
Watchmen. Yeah.
yeah.
think
I don't know if he's still there or
I
not.
think he's still there.
I can check it.
And yeah, I used this CG. I had to track. I had to do a camera tracker. I tried to learn 3D equalizer, but then I ended up doing it in Nuke and exported it to 3D Max. And Piteira and Ricardo, I think, helped me to render it out
Uh-huh.
in the right
Yeah.
way. And yeah, I put it there.
Nice comp, man.
and
I like
watched it.
the blood on the ground. It
thing
blends
that I
nicely with the.
like the most is the fog, because it absorbs the light from the lights. When you see purple, the fog got a bit of purple
Nice.
and blue. Yeah,
Nicely done. Nicely done.
lots of cards and projections. That's
Nicely
why.
done. So basically, with these showreels, you got a job in the industry, and you were working, and you're still working on it. And so basically, if you're watching and you want to do, or if you're watching later, and you want to know more about this and what can you do to learn how to work in visual effects industry, just give us a shout. I believe Daniel and Amaro would be glad to have a chat as well if you want to know more from a different source.
Yeah.
Because for me, you see from the source of the teacher and the
You just
supervisor.
try to sell something.
You see like, oh, you're trying to sell your course. But then if you want to talk and if you want them to tell the truth, it's like, no, really tell me. Did you really work on this shit? They can tell you more about this.
We are linked right in the Facebook post, so I think people can reach us.
Yeah, not
You are-
Amaro, because he has
I'm
like
not.
some special settings in there. Yeah, I did it twice. I did an hyperlink twice on his account, but it works.
We
But then
can
when
tag
you
him in the
put-
comments or something.
Yeah.
I
We'll
don't
find
even
a
know
way.
if
Put
it's
it-
possible.
You can put it on comments. In comments.
Anyway, you can search for
Well,
Amaro.
I can
and-
comment and say it is me.
Absolutely. But
But yeah, feel free to ask anything.
Yeah.
yeah, man, this was fun. We already have 2 hours of podcast.
2 hours.
What else would you like?
And
would
10
you like
minutes.
to talk about? 2 hours. The time flies, and we still have a ginginha to try.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one and the rest of the wine to drink.
So what I have right now in my notes,
Yeah.
I have Amaro Slimmer? Question mark?
Amaro.
No.
Not Amaro, Striga.
Trigger Slimmer. Okay. I have Comp Amaro. Do you want to share more about your comp experience? I think we went over that.
Yeah, why not?
Oh, yeah.
Because you got how many? 3 shots?
2 shots.
2 comp shots?
Well, the eyes is not. It's comp, but it's not that hard or difficult.
Right, I guess. When did that come in? Like at what phase in your work?
Well,
was it just
The
they
first one
approached
was
you?
in Nebula, and I was doing that paint, the paint for the gauntlet.
Right.
And then they asked me if I could do the eyes, and I asked how. Do you have any? Yeah, I asked to that artist, and he's gonna tell you how to do it,
Right.
and you can try. You okay? I accepted the challenge, and I should I delivered basically.
You rose up.
And
And then the ones in Witcher.
the ones in Witcher, it was funny because we were already at the end of the show, and my contract was finishing. And they said we are not gonna extend, and then I got lucky and I stayed there. But yeah, we were on at the end of the show, and they had more comps than prep tasks because
Right.
the prep
Had finished by then.
had finished by then, and I got the fog shot because it was a prep task at the beginning. I had to remove some of the trees in the middle, and then applied it. Had a few more on the left side. You can show the shot if you want.
And this was what? How many months? In 6 months?
The entire show.
I'm just I'm saying when you got the compass.
Which shot is it?
No. Basically, it was at the end of the first year of work. We delivered in November,
nice.
and I've done the shot at the end of the October. Yeah,
What is the shot?
the
I
two
think
first
earlier.
shots.
Yeah, first shots. Not this
The
one.
one I was talking about is the second one. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I picked up I had to rotate the trees in layers. I had to choose like the highest trees to make the fog look like between them, and I used the tool from. Well, it was Sabine that shared the tool with me. I don't know if it is her tool or not. Basically, it's a two distorts with the blur and the noise. The distort with the noise, yeah, to fake the leaves, the tree leaves.
Tree leaves moving.
Yeah,
Just this shimmering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had to use a bunch of them, and it was the first one when I used depth.
We tried to do that on Ant-Man because we had to remove pretty much all the trees because they shot in different times of the year. Don't ask. And we tried to do that. Ended up doing CG trees and CG backgrounds.
In the end, that one was one of the last shots to be delivered, if not the last one.
Because it was yours. no,
Probably.
No, man, it's
They should have
nice.
picked, another guy.
It's a nice experience, man. And this is the thing when you do your job well. you can have your supervision just giving you, rewarding you with something
Yeah, and
interesting to do.
I learned a lot because we were receiving stuff from FX, but the fog and the mist were too slow, and then I had to. Thank you, Pedro.
Deep compositing.
Yeah, deep.
Not that
Deep
deep.
compositing.
And we had to make it like traveling a little bit more fast.
Uh-huh.
And I had to came up with a solution in like 10 or 20 minutes.
It's pretty good.
And it was really nice.
Yeah.
Really easy with the multiply and the noise. You just have to fake the movement, and the multiply does the.
It's really easy.
Simple.
You just plug it in and use it. Yeah. That's
Simple.
And just plug in the multiply. Fine.
Yeah. Yeah, the other shot with the bombs.
Is it practical explosions? Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, some of them are.
This one?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's a
okay.
mix of between
It's
practical
enhanced
and
effects.
Yeah. Yeah, basically it was to match the practical ones, the smoke and
What kind of bombs are these? Is this fire?
It's,
No,
well,
like-
if you have to watch the show, basically.
Is this
Yeah,
They
I
have
haven't watched the show.
Some bottles, small bottles that they throw with some
Is it
like
catapults?
chemical stuff inside. When they hit the floor, they blow.
Okay, but it is on the show. It's supposed to be like that.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, and it was pretty much that in this shot.
Cool.
It was to match. Some of the stuff was hitting the floor and wasn't blowing, so I had to pick another explosion from another bomb and applied it with a retime or something
Awesome.
to have a different offset. Yeah,
Mhm.
Cool.
Pretty cool.
Nice.
basically. Thank you, Daniel.
What about you? What about you? What have you done out of your normal duties, which were already like doing the worst shots?
The Michael Bay dice shot is the one that
Oh.
I keep coming
Yeah,
back
and
to.
I had a question for you about
Oh,
that.
let's
Sure,
see, let's
sure.
see.
Can you show the shot?
I
please?
can. This shot.
Because
This shot is
I don't know,
insanity.
but I think in most of the companies,
Go shoot.
I think they would shoot the scene without the dice and then apply the dice in CG.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
It's Michael Bay. Like we cannot show you the
Like-
breakdown of this shot.
Yeah.
There's
I know, but-
there is an official breakdown that Base FX hasn't released yet. But if you could see basically what's happening. Do you want to explain?
So it's Michael Bay, right? So that means keep everything as practical as possible and keep whatever
And crazy.
is on screen as like save the original, right? So what ends up happening, instead of, like you're saying, instead of shooting just a hand throwing in slow motion and adding the dice in CG, or just throw random dice at the camera and
And then retime them.
Yeah.
retime them. I don't know. Just do something.
What did you do here?
Here we had big blue clamps. So you have to imagine these dice. I know they look like they're close to camera, but it's forced perspective. It's not forced. It's fake perspective.
Yeah, it's fake perspective.
Because it's
They are
actually
really big.
big resin dice,
Yeah.
and they have these blue clamps that you have to imagine going from each dice, clamping them, and going horizontally across the screen. So as the dice are moving, you have to imagine this wiping action happening with the clamps. One going up, another one going down and across.
But huge clamps. When I say it's not just
Huge.
a simple peg with a wire.
Yeah.
No,
It's
it's one
like
in
a
each
almost like a robotic clamp, just grabbing that like just
It's
big.
Yeah, it's like this,
That
grabbing.
thick.
Yeah. It's huge.
It's an arm.
And then you know when you're doing that kind of work, you're not just affecting the clamp, because the clamp is big by itself, but then when you're doing a wipe, you have to blend things. You have to give it space to breathe.
Yeah.
So you end up,
And it's transparent dice. So
It's
they had
transparent
all of
dice.
this refraction happening in there.
you can see everything through it. We had match move for the dice, and we come to learn that the dice being these big resin dice, they were very imperfect. So they look square,
and perfect in the shot, but they are not
They're not.
square and
They're
they
not.
are not perfect. So we had the CG, we had the correct camera distortions applied, and you would see the CG doesn't quite line up with it. But the dice were done in comp, the removing of the clamp that touches the dice.
Yeah, just the bit that touches
Just
the
the bit
dice.
that touches the dice. The rest is all prepped. The big blue clamps going across. We had to rebuild the complete.
From the shirt,
It's a complete background.
from the people that are moving behind the
rebuilding.
clamp, and the clamp you don't see what's happening in there because the clamp it was huge.
There's can you put the shot again? There's this very specific. The hand goes up, and there, you see. There, the dice, the higher one, the one to the right.
Yeah.
It goes across that
The
sleeve.
sleeve.
Mm-hmm.
You never get to see the sleeve. I had to imagine the sleeve movement and like going up
Oh
motion
man, this
because you
was
have
so
to create
much-
the 3D effect, right? So
Yeah.
it's a bit of a dissolve into a different patch. But then it's not just that you end up rebuilding the whole background.
And
I
it's
ended up rebuilding
flared.
the whole background.
Like look at the flare. Like when the girl gets out, the sun is revealed, and
Yep.
then all the colors change. It's like it's super flared, and that's everything that can go wrong in a prep shot. It happens in this shot.
The shadows on the man, like the lighting that's hitting him on his left screen
man.
left. You can see there's kind of a morph going on with that shadow there. See? Before, I think that one is natural.
Yeah,
But the one before, right
This?
there,
that.
yeah, the one that goes across
This
from
one.
that to
This.
the other one.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, something.
There's a bit of a morph
There's
happening
something.
there.
Oh man, it's so good.
But
Yeah, it is.
It's so good.
that's the
man.
one thing that I'm still salty about is
Oh,
not being
man.
able to fix that.
How many days did you spend on this? Insane.
A whole month?
A whole month. Yeah,
Yeah, a whole month.
pretty much. This was insanity.
That's like 20.
And he did an amazing
18 days, I think.
breakdown
18,
for
19 days.
this shot.
For this
Like
shot.
beautiful breakdown for this shot that shows pretty much the whole interaction and the
Yeah.
layering, the all the layering of paint.
The cloth
happening.
movements, the the tie, the jacket, the woman's hand, the woman going across, every single thing on screen has been rebuilt with its exact motion lining up with the original, and then
It was
it's being revealed
It was
to,
beautiful.
to replace the clamp. It's
Some light
insane.
turned on.
What is he?
I know. I thought some lights turned on.
Some light turn on?
No, it was me.
No, just you. You shine so brightly. You are glowing.
Man, that shot alone was insane, and I had two of those. And
Yeah, Melvin took the other one, and it's as insane as mine.
Is it on your reel?
no, it's on.
It's
Are
on
you
his-
saying that he's stealing colleagues' reels?
Yeah, it's
Stealing colleagues' shots?
Yeah.
I can definitely send you the time stamp in the movie for you to see it, but it's this upwards looking shot where it's like the camera's on the table looking up at the people,
Yeah.
and you had to rebuild a bunch of the people's bodies, like full body rebuilding.
Pedro
Oh,
Viegas.
okay.
Colega meu diz está tudo certo.
Yeah, and it's the exact same challenges, flares, people going across, just
Crazy.
deal with it.
Absolute insanity. But this show was like the actual movie is insane, and the
And
working
the-
on the
the
movie
work.
was insane as well.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
A
think
lot
that's
of
part
lot of
the
good
job.
shots.
Yeah.
Any other shot? You end up doing some leading duties as well.
Yeah.
In several. What was the show that you were doing this?
Mainly Skyfire, a bunch on Skyfire, a bunch not so much on Leap, I think, the volleyball movie.
Yeah.
The Chinese women's team volleyball movie coming out sometime this year. Where like roto that was being outsourced to vendors and other work that was being outsourced. I work closely with the leadership to help with quality control type of work and
Cool.
and yeah, that was pretty great experience. During the 2 years I had those breaks in between where I had where I touched the leadership roles,
You touched it.
and then
Yeah.
I came back.
Eduardo Ferreira says beast.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
Tiago, happy birthday, man.
Oh, we have a birthday.
Yeah.
Birthday.
Happy birthday then.
I was gonna say we should sing, but
No,
but we don't want to see Amaro singing.
No. Well, I wouldn't be the worst.
you're
Right,
God.
Daniel?
Sure, you would be the worst.
No.
Have you heard me sing? Yeah.
Christmas songs.
Look at the dog passed out. Like,
Oh.
he's just out. Oh, maybe not.
All right.
Anything
else on your notes? Look at that. So
I have-
organized that he has an
Notes.
iPad and he's just like putting notes. Oh, that is.
I have some, but it's quite a lot, and it's already 2 and close to a half hours. It's about industries fucked.
Oh,
Dot.
we should end with the COVID notes.
And
right?
then 10 years ago, industry that we touched on before. Was it better than it is now? Question mark.
You are the right person.
It was 10 years ago. It was very competitive. It was very interesting as well. I believe 10 years ago, we had people that knew that they were coming to visual effects. They were starting to do this. Now I feel that you have a lot more access to information. You have a lot of courses. You have a lot of people working on this. But sometimes they don't know if they really like this, or they just take this as a
It's
a 9 to
another
5 job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I see differences, and I can give you an example. When I started with a bunch of people. I don't know, it was 10 or 15 new people at DNAG, and all of them were freaking awesome. Like out of the box, everybody was like competitive, but we were supporting each other, we were helping each other, we were friends. But man, that was tough. Now you see a lot of people that are good. You see extremes, right? You see people that are amazing because they have access to a lot, and they can start with different standards straight away. And then you see people that you ask, what are you doing here? What the hell are you doing?
Definitely.
What did you learn to start
I
this?
think most of the people at the beginning might think like, yeah, I like cinema, I like movies. Let me try to do this, and
I want to get into movies.
Yeah.
That's what people.
Yeah.
maybe after a few years or even after 1 year studying, they think,
But
yeah,
this is
I'm
tough,
gonna do
man.
this, but it's just a job 8 to 5, and they are always unhappy.
This is tough work. Like working in visual effects, if you start in visual effects, you better like it. I
Yeah.
usually say this to, and I told you guys this.
I say
You better
this.
like this, because you're gonna go through hell and back 10 times, and you only survive. I only watch Avengers because it reminds me of Amaro.
I used to say to my friends and my colleagues and parents that when they ask me, you are outside, how is it? Do you like the country? Do you like to work there? And I say, if I didn't like that much, much of the job, I would come back to Portugal right away.
Calvin Fong, how's it going, my friend?
Who's Calvin?
Calvin Fong is another colleague of mine from DNAG, from BaseFX, and is part of my podcast, which is called 3Piece and a Soda. So we watch UFC live, and we are streaming. Well, this is just an excuse. Pieter says iPhone. This is just an excuse because we were always watching. Me, Jai, and Calvin was always watching UFC at the same time, and we were just texting. And at some point, I reminded like, why don't we just go live and we watch the same stream and we just do something. So we basically spend sound.
Yeah.
I hear.
Yeah. It's because of those two mics, because I don't have one of those gators that I have on mine.
Okay.
So basically we do a podcast. It's just an excuse for us to spend time together talking about the fights and reacting. But people don't see what we're watching. They need to be watching the actual fight to understand what we're doing, or else most of the time we're like, oh.
So that's most of it.
Most of it is this. It's just us talking, and then
Very
it's like,
deep.
oh, nice punch.
Knockout.
Very enjoyable.
So basically, the industry. What is happening with this industry right now? Right now,
Yeah.
and Pedro has been doing a great job helping people go through this COVID moment, because it's not the best moment in visual effects. Well, basically, it's simple. With this pandemic happening, movies are closed, right? Cinemas are closed. Movies are not releasing, and this alone
And
is
production is
enough.
stopped.
Production is stopped on set, so there's no shooting, there's no visual effects, there's no releases, there's no cinemas open. So this means that we don't have work, right? At the same time, this means that the work is accumulating. So when the bubble
I think that
explodes,
at the beginning of the next year, it's gonna be crazy.
man, there's not going to be enough people in this world to do the amount of movies, because every single studio is going to want to release the movies at the same time.
Yeah.
Right now is the
And
crazy
they-
one that wants to release, like Christopher Nolan with Tenet.
Yeah, but bunch of
It's insane.
there's a lot of movies marinating.
Oh,
and
yeah.
ready
Right.
to go.
Oh yeah, you have so many, man. You have Bond, you have
You have
Widow.
Black
Black
Widow.
Widow.
You have Mulan. You have.
Mulan. I don't know.
I ran out. You have
You
probably
count
Avatar. I don't know.
No. Avatar
When
is
is
not.
that?
Is not.
That's been pushed
That's
back.
shooting, man.
I think
But that has been pushed
Wonder
back
Woman.
a year, I think.
I think Wonder Woman
Wonder Woman, right?
Maybe.
Wonder
Yeah.
Woman, man. There's so many. There's so many that are ready.
and
And-
blockbusters, not
Yeah, not
Blockbusters,
small
and the
movies.
ones that have millions
The
behind.
Quiet Place. Quiet Place too.
Quiet
also.
Place. Man, this is insane. So for us to be waiting and not having a job right now, this is insanity. What is Pedro doing, guys?
Hi, Pedro.
You made it impossible
Bye,
for me
man.
to finish my article. Sorry, buddy.
Yep. Sorry.
Take the Vaseline.
All right, guys. Don't
See you soon,
before
too.
Pedro goes, don't forget to watch Complair this Saturday. I don't know if it's still at 7 p.m., but Pedro can confirm and leave a link in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shout
big
it
shout out.
Plug it in.
Cool. So basically, I believe that we are through probably one of the worst moments in visual effects life, and I believe that if we ever get out of this, and I think it's soon, it has to come back to normal. We're gonna go from the worst moment to the best moment, because there's not gonna be enough people in this world to do visual effects. There's so many movies that are holding, marinating
I
right
think
now.
it's
It's
gonna-
going to be 12 p.m. On this Saturday, says Pedro. Cool.
I think it might be good to grow up in our positions.
Sorry?
Like they need more comp guys, for example, and people with 2 years of experience
Oh, yeah.
can get up, can jump to the next level.
Yeah, absolutely.
Daniel,
Jump
think
to
about
the-
that.
Yeah, definitely. I'm open to that.
That's why I'm
I'm on
saying
it. Yeah.
to you.
We'll see how this is going to turn up. But I believe this is gonna grow crazy, man. Gonna grow crazy. Oh,
We only have water, man.
I think Amaro already drank all the wine.
Yeah.
I'm thirsty.
But we have the Jinjing waiting, so we'll see how it goes.
We need to go open that.
Yeah.
Okay, it's for after. I get it. It's for after. It's the after party. You
It's the
guys are not
after party.
invited.
Oh man.
But
We have the after party. Should we do a podcast on the after party?
Why not?
why not?
we should just carry on through the night.
Watching
There's still look
UFC.
at them, and there's still 16 people watching
16.
us. 16 people.
Awesome.
They might be drunk.
They might be drunk. They might be drunk.
He just turned it on in the background and just left.
Are you guys not tired yet of listening to us? Well, I hope not. I hope not. If you have any questions, just leave a comment so we can see the comments in real time. So if you want to just say hi or leave a comment in there, just for us to see who is watching, because it's difficult. Facebook and YouTube are not very good with showing who is watching unless you leave a comment.
Right.
We don't know if you're watching or not. So just drop a message.
Is it? Do you know? Can they leave a comment after the podcast is over?
They can. when
Okay.
it's published.
I-
And yeah,
I-
Facebook publishes straight away.
Okay.
YouTube, I am not sure
I
how's it
think
gonna turn.
You can publish it straight away and keep it to edit
Yeah.
yourself. Yeah.
I think there's the option. But like, whoa.
Ginjing is overrating. Medronho is better, says Pedro Viegas.
Anyway,
Oh, we have Michael Shimatsko animating and listening to you guys. Chao Hong!
Chao Hong is here.
Chao Hong is here.
Hi, man.
How's it going?
How's it going?
Where's Chao Hong? Probably still in KL.
So in KL, enjoying the
KL.
food, I think.
Ah, bastard.
Yeah.
Peter Ferreira says, Amaro, you have a beautiful voice. Please get closer to the mic so we can... Oh, man, he wants your sexy voice, man. Yeah, you're too far away. Show us your sexy voice. That's too far away.
You remember
Hello,
he was in the
Pedro.
choir.
Sorry?
He was in the choir.
Dan.
Remember that?
Oh, you were in the choir?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was.
Oh,
Are
man.
you
I
still?
left because I
Okay.
moved to London.
So you know how to work the microphone.
Easy there, boy. Easy there.
What did I say? What did I say?
You're setting him up.
up.
Tomorrow was better.
Ginginha.
Ginjing Medronho. Oh, we need to do a poll here.
Can we-
Ginjing Medronho.
We'll just straw pull it.
All right, guys. We have 2 hours and a half. I think it's time for us to wrap up
Yeah.
this party. And we want nudes.
We demand nudes.
Oh, man. From here onwards, this can only go down.
The thing is, don't we all want nudes? No, please don't do that. That's sexual assault. Please don't do that.
Oh my goodness, that is for a different section. That's not for Facebook
That's
or
the
YouTube.
after party. See?
Yeah.
This is some of the content you can get in the after party.
Oh, we should do a subscription. Subscription
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
after party. If you want to see what's happening
Oh my
after the podcast, you need to subscribe.
Go to our Patreon
And you can tip Amaro
yeah, you can tip for the
to see how it works. Should see it so good the fuck out. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me for this first episode, the rentrée. This
Why
already
did you go French there?
French. Oh my friend. And I thought this was actually gonna go pretty bad, but it didn't go.
No.
It was working.
Pretty good talk.
That
Nothing broke?
means
It's
that
not finished yet.
it's not finished yet. Yeah, I can still break this on. What is Peter saying? Any of you guys ever made VFX
My
on
friends
porn
ask me the
movies?
same.
Oh my goodness, no! But I can show you something later. I'll send you
not-
something later,
not
Peter.
that.
We were- we were close to.
That is
the-
the closest.
Yeah, that's you're thinking about it. Yep, that's it.
Do you remember?
I do.
Do you remember
How could I not?
the alien porn? I might be able to show you something, Peter. That is related to what you want to see. But the problem is you see it and you cannot unsee it.
Right.
I don't know if
That's
it's
the
funny
issue.
or stupid.
Is it going to be a regular thing?
Michael is saying yes, it's going to be a weekly thing, and we're gonna have multiple guests coming in. We're gonna have developers from visual effects, software, artists, supervisors, friends, not just from visual effects, but from artistic background, directors, people that are working in visual arts. So yeah, stay tuned, subscribe, like, and yeah, keep an eye on what we're gonna be doing. And thank you so much for my dear guests
Thank
for
you.
coming in.
We thank you.
Yeah, you're always in the front line of when I have some stupid idea of doing of doing something. You're always there, and I'm glad that I could bring you guys here before each one of you goes to different parts of the world. Who knows? And this was really good. Came right on time. Because it's my pleasure to show the work, your career, your progression. Because yeah, as a teacher, I usually say I'm as only good as my students. So you better do something good, or else I'm shit.
Yep, that's where we ended.
That's pretty much so. So I thank you for working hard and best of luck for your careers. I hope we all get through and jump this COVID thing, and we can ride a new wave
Stronger
Yeah.
than ever.
stronger than ever.
Definitely. Just a bump in the road. It's fine.
Boom. All right.
Thanks for sharing our stuff. Having
Oh
us
man,
here
it was
Yeah.
a pleasure.
and hosting.
Yeah,
Remember,
It was
biggest pleasure.
Really
share
nice
share with
night.
your friends and like it.
Yeah.
I think
If
Drop
you
a
have
message.
any questions,
yeah,
Yeah,
drop
just
us a comment. We'll be watching the comments maybe for the next day or two. Just if anyone has any comments.
boom. After a day or two, they don't answer to anything else.
Yeah, I'm not committing to that. Sorry, guys.
So
Um,
yeah.
That's
It's not looking for long-term relationships.
No. There's a Tinder for that. No, there's not. Maybe there is. Who knows?
Awesome. Thank you guys. Really interested podcast and funny. Thank you, Michael.
Thanks, Michael.
Yeah. We had some fun. We like to have happy people, funny people coming in and yeah, having a drink and talking about visual effects or whatever. Man, I even had friends here talking about drone racing. You might not be into it, but it's freaking awesome.
It's coming.
I'd like to try. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I asked you about the price, and you told me like the cheapest one is around 150.
Up and not down.
You
Yeah.
can start. Yeah. You can start something
Oh,
with that.
there's one there. There's one there. Yeah, there's some gadgets.
There's,
Oh man,
there's a gadget
I love
collection.
I don't know if
Can
you
you
guys
show
can
the
see.
wide
Man, that's
right off screen?
That kind of that's a Super 8. One of my cousins offered me a Super 8 camera, film camera. Man, that's a that's a beautiful one. I want to get to
see it.
do
I
some
have-
restoration.
I
on
have
that.
the cabinet unlocked. Don't worry, we'll bring it home.
It's okay.
All right, thank you for your sexy voices. Like, subscribe, do whatever, be happy,
Do the
and
thing.
stay safe.
Yeah.
Cool.
Stay safe above
Yeah.
all. Wash your hands, people.
Wash your hands and put a mask on.
Yeah. Let's go with that.
All right, guys. Bye bye. See you
Bye-bye.
later.
See ya.
See you. Bye. Thank you, guys.
So